It's level 4. You have like 2 things to do. So.
Alright, well let's go ahead and start up then. There we go. Welcome back to a game of Skyfall 5e. How's it going, guys? How's the week?
That's been good. Pretty good.
Phenomenal.
Nice.
Imagining our demise to Yanti bastards.
No. You're just in one of their temples. There's nothing wrong with that. And they killed a frog demon. There's also nothing wrong with that. So. Picking up where you guys left off, there was a job that you guys took. When things sort of finished up over in Vosnux, you decided to take a military offer to go down south and investigate something odd, which was related to that demon frog you had seen. Before long, you were sent out with a scout to go through the jungles, leaving Lenry back at the fort, and currently made your way to this little sort of swampy marsh in the middle of the jungle where the corpse of this giant frog demon is laid down to bear. There's a beast feasting on it, you guys killed that, and now the temple, which appears to be deserted, is sort of there for you guys to investigate. The chief feature of this temple appears to be some sort of fountain at the center, which you guys are currently gathered around. It has sort of murky water in it, you know, it's like fetid and sort of stagnant, like nothing's really messed with it for a long time. And there's a statue that comes out of it, which looks like a coiled snake. What do you guys want to do?
Well, I think I need to sit down for a bit. I'm in rough shape. I'm just gonna.
I'm sorry, friend. You're not feeling well.
No, whatever that creature was, it did a number on me.
Well,
Please,
we
Colquitt,
should.
let me inspect if you are injured anywhere. I'll look Colquitt over him.
I'm
He's injured
injured everywhere. I have 1 HP just for reference.
Oh,
Yeah, he doesn't look all that great.
That's why I ran away.
This makes more sense now.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Is it like an RPG where I gain my HP when I level, or?
Yeah, you go full HP.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm just like going up against any kind of pillar or something and sitting down for a bit of a breather.
Sure.
Earl's gonna do the same.
Okay. You guys go to rest, and Dash is there with you. He's exhausted as well, and, you know, kind of takes a moment to sit. He does position himself near the doorway, though, and you see that he kind of occasionally looks out into the wilderness as though he's prepared for something to come around. And the frog's gigantic corpse is somewhere around here, and sort of leaned up against the building.
Oh yeah, because didn't we salvage off of it?
No, I think you guys were thinking about it. You salvaged from the insect, and Mackinac took like a bunch of its plates, I believe.
yep.
Ooh, Adobe decided to crash. Fuck.
Oh,
I walked to the frog and it was gross, and I walked away.
Mm-hmm. It was an action-packed turn.
Okay.
Are you guys going to sit for a short rest?
I'm in no shape to do anything, so yeah, I'm just chilling.
Okay. Somebody roll luck, please.
Oh, wonderful. I'm always
Hey,
feeling
Koala,
lucky.
Koala. No, it's Koala's.
Koala, yeah.
Yeah. Come on. First roll,
You
being
got
back.
this.
Why did you come back?
Hey, that's
Get
a pretty
outta
good
here.
roll for our luck. I mean,
Actually, that's been better than usual lately.
that's in the upper echelons
Par
of our
for the
rolls.
course. I didn't realize I was muted that entire time. So I'm glad you guys nominated me, even though I was going to do it anyway.
Okay. You guys wait for about 30 minutes there, and all successfully get a short rest. And as you do, I want the group to make a perception check, please. And I'll roll for Dash as well here. Oh shit, you rolled a 19.
Huh. 3.
You guys can post in the chat as well what you get when we do group rolls and stuff. Got the chat back up for that. Okay. So...
Hold on, I didn't go. 2 seconds. Okay, let's do giant one. Perception. Oh, no. Okay, good. Don't waste the 20 there. That's 12.
12, okay. Mackinac, you hear something odd, and it sounds like it's kind of coming from below you. And as you have this recognition, Erlebald, you do this too, where you guys are just kind of sitting there and, waiting around, starting to feel a bit better due to some rest. When the two of you sort of turn towards the floor that you're seated on, and you can hear what sounds like something moving around underneath you.
I think another one of those creatures is here underneath us.
I am also detecting something moving beneath us. I think it would be wise that we should prepare for combat again.
Oh no, please not combat.
It's alright. We should be fine.
Well,
Hey, shit.
depends on what we're fighting.
I'm gonna summon a longsword.
Sure.
Someone help me up, please.
Of course. Go over.
Help them up.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Oh, all right.
No problem at all.
So, what's this weird snake fountain thing?
At all during my tutelage, would I have read up on Yanti?
I would say that you might know some stuff about them. What do you have? What skills do you got?
I have history proficiency and arcana.
Okay. I'll let you roll history.
Alright. That's a 16.
Okay. You know that the Wanti have been less and less of a mystery over time, and we've learned kind of more and more about them as they've become more bold. All the readings for them kind of come out of Aurelium, who has them on their doorstep, and it seems that Wanti life sort of centers on a single large building. There's like a mega pyramid around which everything is based. And so to find this little temple here out in the middle of nowhere, which is clearly of Wanti origins, definitely suggests to you that this wasn't like a place that they lived, but must have had some sort of auxiliary purpose. What that is, you have no idea. And that would still be a mystery. But you know that this isn't like... There's no way that this is like an opening to a town or something like that, you know what I mean? Or like a centerpiece of a village. It's just... it must have some sort of side thing outside of main life for the Wanti.
I'll explain all that and just throw them 2 cents. It might actually be some sort of, I don't know, outpost maybe. Some sort of barracks or anything, just as it's fairly close to the fort.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Maybe it's their attempt at getting closer.
did you happen to say you said there was something beneath us?
Yes.
No, I didn't feel anything. Mackinac, did you feel vibrations?
I did feel vibrations of perhaps another creature burrowing below us.
I did as well.
Exciting.
Did it seem like it was coming from, underneath us in this temple building, whatever it is, or out in the wild?
That's a very good question, Aleutian. Were we able to detect any direction or how far down or anything like that?
Definitely seemed like it was more or less beneath you. How beneath you, you don't know. But as you guys talk about this, you see nods from Dash, like he must have felt it as well.
If I walk around and just like tap my gun on the ground, does it sound like any of it's hollow at any point? Like there's an opening underneath us?
Ah, interesting. As you kind of wander around, yes, you do find that on one side of the fountain over here, it seems like it's hollow. And when you tap with your the butt of your rifle there on the ground, there's that sort of change in note, like the rock here is not nearly as thick.
You guys, I have a feeling we might be able to get beneath this, somewhere over in this area. Maybe this fountain is a way to activate some type of door, so we could get below.
We inspect the fountain.
Sure. The fountain seems to be made of a coiled snake, and the snake coils out of the water perfectly uniform. So it does a spiral that doesn't seem to widen or sort of constrict at all. It goes up almost as though there would be like an invisible pole there that it's sort of wrapped around, that kind of thing. Its mouth is currently open, and you can see that it's got like these two sort of like stone fangs and everything there. And it looks out one of the doorways sort of menacingly. You notice it's the same doorway that Colcoat is by. Like, that's the direction that it faces. So I can actually draw that here a little bit if it helps. So it's kind of got like its head in that direction.
So this place is like old, right? Old, and the water's gross and like overgrown and stuff. So if we're looking at the statue, is there anything about it that looks like the statue moved in any way? Like there's a groove that might have a bit of disturbing, like it's been disturbed around it?
Yeah, make an investigation roll.
Not great. Investigation, that's a 10.
These kind of things are incredibly tough to discern sometimes. There are masons who can hide secret levers, with such skill that no man would ever find it, sort of thing. And you don't know if that's the case or not, but looking at this, like, it doesn't seem like there's anything going on with it.
Well, I can't see anything myself. I don't want to touch that water, it's gross. Look at it.
Does the
Different
water
kinds of
look
diseases.
like acidic in any way? Like if Earl tips his dart in it, does it corrode at all?
Oh, I see. No, it doesn't appear to be acidic. The dart isn't swallowed up by any sort of acid or anything. In fact, you see what looks like little pieces of moss, sort of like floating in it and whatnot. So it must be conducive to life, but it's like it's fetid, stagnant water. Like, it's gross. You'd expect to see maybe like a frog or something in there, kind of thing.
Alright. Earl is going to... No, I shouldn't. Never mind. No, that's dumb.
What do you mean?
Just swan dive into it. I don't know about that one.
The water's like a foot deep, by the way.
Oh, I see.
So,
Okay.
I mean, a swan dive, probably not advisable.
I didn't know if it was like, I don't know, a lagoon.
That would have been great if you just swan dove into like a foot of water. Broke your hand or something.
Hey, Dominic,
Yes.
how does that fancy weapon thing work? Can you poke around in that water and see if there's anything in there?
Sure. I'll just instead of summoning a longsword, I'll just summon a 10-foot pole.
Sure.
And start poking around where that looks slightly off, and then... Actually, no. We'll go for the things that look like completely normal.
Sure, just kind of like poke around in there.
And then also, I want to poke at the bottom of the snake's jaw, just to see if I can push the mouth closed.
Okay. You are starting with the fountain there, and you don't actually get to the snake because something strange happens while you're fiddling around with the 10-foot pole there. And as you sort of prod around inside of the fountain, you find that the action of moving the stick unsettles all sorts of, like, sort of like mildewy moss and stuff like that, moving around. And it just makes the water very murky. And as you do this, you realize, this is making it more difficult to see anything. But then on your next sort of poke, you touch something and hear a piece of stone kind of like slide. And then after that, the whole room seems to almost vibrate as you hear something from underneath you all moving around, like some machinery set in motion.
I'm gonna immediately change that 10-foot pole into a longbow.
Okay.
Take 2 steps back.
Now,
Protect me, Earl.
the room starts to shake, and you watch as little bits of dust, and like little things of sand start to fall from different parts of the wall and ceiling as the whole temple rumbles. And gradually, the stone over here starts to fall away, and all sort of like chunks down about a foot. And then again and again, it starts coming this way. So there's like a hole forming, and the hole that's forming is a foot deeper each time as it moves along. And you see it's like a big staircase that's starting to unwind. It just keeps going in like this direction.
Just gonna yell over to Dash during this. So, is this normal?
I don't know.
Right, forgot. Sorry.
Are you guys gonna keep standing there?
No, he's gonna back away a little bit, make sure he doesn't fall down into the stairwell.
The stairwell continues unfurling, and it gets to here, actually, before it stops, making a full loop around the entirety of the room. At this point, were you to drop down, you would fall like 20, 30 feet sort of thing. It goes into some sort of darkness down there, and there's a doorway that it seems to end at. And so all of you guys are gradually kind of pushed to, like the very edge of the wall as this stairwell sort of unfurls.
Lovely. And, I'm going to hold up a torch, prestidigitation it on, just like, well, shall we go?
Yes, let's get moving. This is quite an interesting place.
This is, well, almost certainly where the Yuan Ti lie.
And in the other hand, from the torch is going to be a longsword.
Okay.
Can't hold a torch and a longbow. Fuck it.
I'm going to continue the map over on this side here.
Okay.
Question, Illusion. How long would it take to light a torch? Would that just be one action?
Yes. Yeah, lighting a
Okay.
torch is an action.
Wonderful.
This right here links to this doorway. I know that's really beautiful. Actually, I'm going to do it with a different color because it's hurting my eyes. Gotta have proper graphics. There we go. So, that door there at the end isn't so much a door as much as it's just an open archway accessible once the final portions of the staircase come down. And when you guys look inside of here, you see something immediately. This small room that looks like a little landing of some kind is definitely was definitely the place of some sort of bloodshed. And you can see what looks like smears of red on the walls, as well as weapons on the ground, and a few corpses that lay there.
Oh.
What kind of corpses?
The corpses are obviously Yuan Ti, and they're old enough that they're a little bit past that stage of rotting and smelling horrible, and a little bit more into like sort of drying out a little bit. And the physiology of them, they look like they're human, just a bit bulkier, maybe in between a human and a Goliath, but they all have those obvious, like snake skulls there. And they lay on the floor. There's probably you see like 3 of them, though one of them's pretty mangled, and you sort of have to piece it together with your mind sort of thing.
Does it look like they were trying to escape, or like does that mangled one kind of look like
Oh.
it was eaten by the others?
Yeah, were they coming, like, which direction? Were they coming this way, or were they coming this way?
You can make an intelligence check if you'd like.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Try and determine what's going
Could
on.
we all make intelligence checks?
Sure.
Hey, that's a 13.
That's a 17!
Okay. I would say you guys can all tell that these guys weren't really trying to get from one end to the other. They look like they're standing, like the way that they've fallen, it looks like they were guarding the doorway over here, and they kind of cluster here and there, the back end of the room.
Is there any sign of like other things being killed, or did it just look like they got fucking massacred?
It looks like they were massacred, and you notice what appears to be like burn marks on them, like scorches and holes, places where bone was dissolved apart, that kind of thing.
Does that seem familiar to any of us? Like what kind of attack would have damaged it like that?
I would say you would all know that this is like very likely magic, or maybe a firearm or something, like a very powerful firearm. But yeah, it looks like the doing of some sort of spell.
Okay.
Now, as you guys get down on this level, you hear something further from past this door, which I should mention is a slab of a large slab of stone. You can hear what sounds like movement and shuffling from the other side.
Can I walk up and like put an ear to the door and
Sure.
just have a listen?
Yeah, roll perception. Oh,
7.
You're
Well-
using the big die for everything, huh?
the shuffling
I'll warm it up.
from the other side of the stone there sounds slow. Like whatever it is that's moving in there, it's not doing so in an agitated or speedy manner. However, what it is, you can't quite tell. It's really tough to hear through the muffling effect of the rock.
I'll just look to the group and shrug, and then slowly walk back to everybody else. I'm assuming we're all on this side of the room.
Dash walks up and looks through the doorway, still standing there by the stairs, and he says, that doesn't look good.
It's alarming, to say the least.
Have you seen something like this before? Or is this new territory for you?
Well, usually if there's dead 1T that we find, taken out by some kind of creature, you know. Wounds like this, well, that guy's clearly been burnt. I don't know what would do that. Maybe alchemist fire? I don't know.
There's something in that other room. I could not tell what, but it's definitely shuffling around back there.
Did you...
Interesting for certain. I'm gonna pick up one of the Wanty skulls and put it in my pack.
Sure.
Has the military ever heard of Yuan Ti using underground bases such as this?
He nods and he says, "We've suspected as much, but we usually don't get very close to their structures. This is one of the few that we've found closer."
So this might be the type of information that would be helpful to the military if we find out exactly what this building is for.
We definitely want to know. And I don't want to be that guy, but if I remember correctly, you're supposed to investigate all of this. I'll be with you guys, though. I'll be right here. And he, you know, kind of pats his bow.
Hey, Mackinac, old buddy.
Yes, Colcode.
Well, we need to get in that next room, but there's something in there. And based on what happened here, I don't think I want to open the door.
The thought has occurred to me that an enemy of the Yuan Ti may in fact be our ally.
Yes, that could be true.
Well,
Cool.
Yes.
Could I get you to hold this torch? It unfortunately takes up a hand, and need two to pull a bow. Unfortunately, wondering if you'd be all right with holding it.
Well, I can take it, but if I have to, I cannot shoot a gun with one hand. I will have to throw the torch.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that you got a rifle and not a pistol now.
If you need someone to hold it, I could hold a torch with my other hand.
Perfect.
Alright. He just takes the torch.
Okay.
Mackinac, if you are considering still making an ally out of whatever is in the next room, I suggest that you're the one who moves first.
I see no issue with this plan of action. Shall I proceed?
Absolutely.
We'll be right behind you.
Execute diplomacy.exe.
It's fine, Mackinac can't die, he's immortal.
He has,
So are these Yuan Ti, right?
he has so much AC, he doesn't need charisma.
Also,
Your charisma-
I mean,
charisma is
AC
now-
just stands for additional charisma.
It's true. It's
Oh, is
true.
that what it is? Oh, I have so much additional charisma.
Oh my god, your charisma's insane.
Are you going to attempt to open the door?
I'm going to walk to the door, give my party members a moment to position themselves if they so choose.
Can
And I will open the door with a rowdy hello.
I was gonna say, can we look at the door first? See if there's
Oh.
traps.
What? Traps on a door? Who would do that?
Just be poison.
The door has nothing in terms of handles. The only real feature to it is a dividing line between the two stone slabs that runs straight down the middle. And when your robotic hand touches against the stone there, something comes alive in it. You feel an energy on like your fingertips there. It's not painful or anything, just like a recognition that you've set something off. And the two halves pull apart. You see what looks like a large torch-lit room on the other side.
I step through the archway into the room a little bit.
The
And again,
torchlit
say
room
hello.
is not entirely empty. Or sorry, no. I said that wrong. It's not torchlit. There is a light in the room. It comes from a single source. The room is otherwise dark, but the source of the light is strong enough that even from the sort of like back corner over here where the entity is, the light hits everything else around you and lets you see pretty much the entirety of what's going on here. When you say hello, the entity turns to face you, and despite the fact that the light is near blinding, making it incredibly uncomfortable to stare at the thing, you do see a vague humanoid outline. And this thing, which is over there, which is roughly the size of a person floating above the ground, hovers over towards you. And as it does so, stops right about here. And it's worth noting that the room is not empty. You see like Yuan Ti corpses all over the place, and what looks like, weapon racks and beds and stuff. It's like a barracks that's just been decimated. And it hovers over towards you. And when it comes up, it speaks to you, and its voice sounds clearly of common and has a ring to it, almost like there's like a choir that comes along with it. And it says, "Who are you?"
I am Mackinac Automatia. I am one of the members of Catman Robotics of Vossanox.
Why have you come?
We were commissioned by the Aurelian government to investigate the Yuan Ti appearances in the area.
The thing seems to stop for a second, and as it hovers there, you watch as two more flashes of bright light appear from that general direction, and you see what looks like the outline of a sword made entirely of light and a shield made entirely of light that pop into existence with the sound of like two metallic clangs. And it says, "Halt," and simply holds the sword out in your direction and continues to hover there.
I am not moving.
The thing just stays like that. It's almost like a statue in the way that it holds the sword in your direction and continues to hover there. Now, all of you guys outside would hear this sort of like choir-like voice from the other room and see the sort of blinding light that emanates out in every direction. What are you guys doing?
Just as soon as he hears halt, I'll be like creeping forward and just be like, "Oh, yeah, sure."
I was making small talk with Dash. Kind of oblivious.
Sure.
Earl's just darts at the ready in case this thing decides to attack one of them.
If nothing happens, I assume nothing's happening for a few moments here, Lucian.
Yes.
Like they say, it says halt and then nothing.
Yeah, it just hovers there. Its motion, you know, it kind of like bobs up and down a couple inches every now and then, slowly.
I apologize if I'm out of place, but my compatriots have informed me that it is normally common courtesy to exchange name.
The thing responds to you saying, "I have no name. Wait while my master takes your answer."
Pardon? Excuse me? What? What does he mean by master? Mac? Is there anyone else in there?
There's just this figure, right?
Yes.
Okay. I do not see another being in this room.
The thing simply continues to hover there for a bit.
Excuse me, being, with no name. Who is your master?
The thing just, like, sits there, hovering.
I turn back to Dominic. I believe I have offended it in some way. I'm not certain how.
Trust me, there are plenty of ways to offend something. I don't think you've done it, been listening keenly. I just think it doesn't have a response. Think of it as less than useful kin. As if the Yanti had tried making their own mimics of Titan.
The thing speaks up this time, and it motions towards you. The sword lowers for a moment, but stays within its hand as it comes another 5 foot in your direction. And it says to you, "You and your friends, companions, are to state your business here. My master is weary of outsiders."
As I have stated previously, we were commissioned by the Aurelian government to investigate the Wanti appearances in the area, as well as the corpse of the large frog-like creature above.
And what does the government want with this place?
We were not informed of this location specifically. We encountered it during our travel, hoping to learn of the Wanti.
I shall tell my master. Wait.
I am still here.
The thing continues to hover there for another minute or two. Are you guys doing anything?
Not really.
He said wait. Earl's waiting.
Yeah.
Is there anything else in this room while we're while nothing happens and Mackinac, looks around while not moving?
You can definitely see that this is not just an empty room by itself. There is a couple of doors over there. They're kind of little small ones. And then you see what looks like a large door, like a big archway, over in this direction.
Okay. 3 small doors, big archway.
Yeah.
And Wanti corpses everywhere.
Yes, probably about a dozen of them.
Anything like furniture? Like
Yeah,
a nice
you see
mural?
like stone tables, that kind of thing.
Okay. Nothing that catches the eye as unique or anything, but
Well, for you guys,
Not
this is the
empty.
first time you're seeing anything Wanti, so you don't really have any frame of reference. But yeah, it
it's not
looks
as a
like
giant glowing thing that says "Look at me."
Yes.
But okay, so there is stuff in the room. It's not just an empty room.
The carvings of rock on the sides of the walls with like snake depictions and stuff are a bit unnerving, but other than that, it is kind of like a regular living room almost. Now the thing hovers there for a bit and then eventually speaks up a second time, and it says to you, My master's business is not your own. If you are from the military, my master would have you turn and leave.
I would say we're not really from the military. We're just almost representing them. No, but not really. We're just.
I would note that we ourselves are not members of the Aurelian military. However, we are currently in their employ.
And what gods do you follow? Where do you find yourself on the battle of good and evil?
Ah, I am a servant of Titan.
Ah, yes, Price Titan, you hear from the back room.
Dash is like, so as I was saying.
I hold no gods to myself, just close companions and one such being closer, but none to name.
It is hard not to be enthused about Titan among people who are so enthusiastic about him.
Macanar gives a vigorous nod whenever somebody else mentions Titan.
Followers of Titan, who may or may not be a part of the military. I will tell this to my master. You will wait.
And wait, we shall.
Hey, Dominic, what's going on in there? What's that light? Who's
Yes,
Mac
ma'am.
talking to?
Some sort of lesser version of Mackinac? I don't know. It's almost looks like a guardian in its own right. It's weird. He's talking to a thing that's talking to its master.
Oh,
That's-
maybe it's an angel of Titan.
It does.
I don't know if
sound-
Titan has those.
I don't think it's an angel of Titan. If anything, it's an angel of some Yanti construct, but it does have an angelic divine sense to it, which is conspicuous, but usually they talk a bit more.
Where's that light coming from?
I think it's coming from it.
Oh,
think
that's good.
The thing speaks up and calls over to you, Mackinac, there, and it says, I've told my master of your allegiance and your gods, and my master is not offended by your serving of Titan, though that is not my master's chosen path. However, my master's business here is her own, and
She.
I have been instructed to bar you from passing past this point.
Wait, what? No, friend. That doesn't sound too friendly.
Mackinac will point to where the figure currently is.
Mm-hmm.
Bar us from that point.
From passing further than you already have moved.
I see. I will remain here. May my compatriots proceed?
The figure holds up its blade and says, If any of you attempt to move past me, I will strike you down.
See, that doesn't sound too fun.
I do my master's bidding. Her business is her own, and not that of the military.
May we
we
speak
have-
with your master?
You can speak with my master through me. I will decide what I wish to relay.
Who
If
does
she-
she serve?
The god of summer.
God of Summer. Okay. Anyone?
Hmm.
I mean, I can try to look
It's a
it
good
up on
season.
the site.
Top 4 season.
Well, it's not a Nora or a Viren, or it might be a Nora.
Look
You
at
guys can
him.
roll history, or sorry, not history, but religion if anyone has it, who's heard.
Nope.
I got history.
Guys
Nope.
had it.
God damn it! If only Lenry were here.
I don't think. Does Lenry have it?
She's a cleric,
Have
one
what?
would hope. Have
I mean,
religion?
I've played many a cleric
Religion?
that does not have religion.
Yeah. No, I have a religion, yeah.
Shit.
Oh well.
Well, nobody, no one knows then, I guess?
I'm currently
Just gotta be-
struck down with the case of jungle fever, however.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta peek over and be like, could one give us a history lesson about the goddess of summer? If she's good, then we're good. All we want to do is just gather information of the Yanti, and do the Yanti praise the goddess of summer?
The Wanti's gods are their own. Past that, I do not know. What I can tell you is that you will find no Wanti here.
Ah. Have you cleared it all out?
Yes,
Oh.
this place is once again free of their filth.
Was it once not theirs?
I do not understand. Please ask again.
You
I
said
believe of
once
my
again
companion.
free of their filth. Did you mean that it was once not filled with Yanti? Is that what you're saying?
The world was once free of Yanti. Now this place is once again like such.
Friend, I do believe we might be allies.
That remains to be seen. My master's business is her own.
This
What
is
is your
I'll
master's
hold up a
business?
hand to Dominic. Dominic, I have an idea.
Do tell.
I believe we may be able to recruit this being to assist us if we can convince it that we have no interest in her master's business, but wish to destroy the Wan Ti.
I do believe if you turn around and convey that, that might work. Did you hear all of that? Is there anything that we might call you? You have stated that you have no name, but anything that your master has deliberated as to calling you?
I have been created as a servant and a guardian.
Do you mind if we call you Guardian?
That will suffice.
Guardian, seems that we are aligned as far as it goes with our purposes. Is there any potential that we might make some offering to your master that gives her some sort of idea that we do have similar goals in mind?
Wait here while I relay that to my master.
Just turn back now. Is that follow suit with your line of thinking?
I do believe so.
Perfect.
I want to look at this thing, so I'm just peering out and staring at it.
Yeah, it looks like a humanoid figure with a sword and shield in hand, and the light is so bright you can't really see the full outline of it. The creature speaks back to you, and the Guardian replies, I have told my master of you and your possible status as allies. She is willing to talk. However, her business is her own, and not until you are trusted will you know more.
How might we be trusted?
My master speaks of a place nearby, a temple similar to this one, not yet purged of the Wan Ti. If you can do this for her, then she would reward you and treat you more as friends than those who are in places they do not belong.
Just turn around to Dash. So, does that work? Still another temple that we're scouting, and this one we do know has imminent threat.
He calls out, still, back by the stairway. Well, you'll have to tell that to the boss. I don't know if that's enough for him.
I mean, he might have a new ally with a very capable use of destroying Yanti, so I don't think he'd mind.
When Dash
will be
calls
all
over, the Guardian responds and says, My master's business is her own. You will not tell others.
Her business is her own. We shall not tell others. It's still a temple. It's still a Yanti temple that we're clearing. It seems like this would serve purposes greatly. Would it not? We have information of this temple, and as we are not to go further until we have such trust and communication, but we also have another temple in which we can survey and also gather information for two purposes. It sounds like a win-win, in my opinion, of doing this master's, doing her a bit of help, as well as serving some good for our surveillance and gathering more information.
It would
I
serve
do
my
agree,
master
Dominic.
well if you did not mention to others that she has a presence here.
And we won't.
Our
Look,
secrecy
nobody wants to
is
come here.
paramount.
Let's just say it's cursed. No one's gonna come back here. Who wants to come explore an old dirty 1T place?
Her privacy is paramount. Yes, indeed. And I do believe we can keep it that way, as well as just giving information about the Yanti, as it were. Does that serve our purpose as well? Okay, turn around and look at Dash.
He shrugs to you.
Sounds like we have a deal on our
Dash.
part.
Our job of exploring this temple is unfinished. We
We always
have
explore
to.
a temple and gather information. And if we get to explore two temples after garnering the trust of such a divine being and such a wonderful master as their master, I do believe that would only benefit us greater. Do you have a location for this other temple?
Here, tidings from my master. And you watch as the sword and shield disappear, and instead two objects appear in the creature's hand. It's not until they're sort of like rolled on the floor into your direction there, Mackinac, that you can actually see what they are. And you're given a map that has a location on it that's marked, and you're also given what looks to be a necklace with an amulet on it.
Ooh.
A token
Thanks, you said-
from my master. You can be provided with more once your trust has been proven.
Hey, thanks, Guardian. You're pretty swell.
The thing turns towards you but says nothing.
Give it a
Swell
thumbs
is
up.
good. Good at swell means good.
Indeed, I am good.
Us too. We'll make good companions.
That
We'll see.
remains to be seen.
We'll prove it. All right. What is the amulet? I'm just gonna
Yeah, what
look
does
at
this look
Mackinac
like
and
that
just be
Mackinac
like,
picked up?
You guys don't know what the effects of the amulet are, but looking at it, it appears to be a white gem that's only sort of like semi-opaque, and around it is a perfectly circular ring of gold that, you know, kind of holds it in place.
Does it look slightly magical?
It may or may not be. It doesn't appear to have any effects on it or anything, but who knows?
Could I just hold it for a couple like just look over at Mackinac? Do you mind if I look at that for a moment? Just kind of like look around, try to feel and see if I can get an arcana vibe from
I
it.
will hand it over, but does Mackinac recognize the amulet as like have like a symbol on it, or
Doesn't appear so. If it does, the iconography must be quite simple. It's just a white gem with a, you know, circle of gold holding it in place.
I'll hand it over to Dominic.
Sure. In your hand, Dominic, the thing feels authentic. The metal is certainly real, but as far as magic goes, who can tell?
Do you mind if I do an arcana check on it?
I'm just gonna poke him real quick, like, hey, Dominic, don't
Yeah.
look a magic or maybe not magic amulet in the mouth.
I'm just trying
Check
to...
it out later. Don't be rude.
No.
It's
Actually,
an avatar of a god.
this is true. Might you have information on this wonderful gift, Guardian.
It is a blessing from my master. You would do well to treat it with respect.
And respect we shall give it.
I'll bow at it.
Is there
At the amulet.
anything beside it being a blessing that you could tell us about this?
It will bring you good fortune.
Good fortune. All right. Well, thank you. I feel if I poke around at this anymore, we might insult him.
Sure, we'll look at it outside. Don't worry.
All right.
Are you guys turning to leave?
Before we leave, I'll say, is it acceptable if we leave now?
Yes, you may go.
That Mackinal will return and see if the rest of the party wants to leave.
Thank you, Guardian. See you soon.
The thing simply hovers back to its place at the center of the room.
Well, I'll head out with the others, assuming we're all going back up the stairs.
Sure. Are you guys going back up?
That was not what I expected. I am pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, that was pretty weird.
It did
Now,
not
what's-
seem
what's-
that powerful. I think we could have brute forced our way through it.
No. Don't be
It seems
messing
like
with
a good
gods.
ally.
Actually, side
What else?
note: do we know with Titan if what Titan feels about summer, or about whatever the summer god is?
Titan does not care about the seasons
Okay, cool.
at all. He has no opinion on them. They're
What is-
an outside force to him, as he's just all about, building and tending to his own troubles.
All right, good stuff.
What's the Titan the god of?
Oh, constructs and a bunch of other things.
Okay.
Apathy, machine, motion, and replica.
Oh, is it on the site?
Yeah, dude.
Maybe.
What?
What? I've been looking over the site so much that I couldn't see it.
All of the gods are there, dude.
Yeah.
I see Aya, Aurex,
So
Anora,
there's-
Evrine, and
Click on the
Gorkon.
overview.
Yeah, there's an overview that has less detailed versions of all of them.
But it lists them all there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
His mind has been blown.
So he's kind of the god of not caring. So, if you ever have to wonder if he has an opinion on something, 9 times out of 10 he doesn't.
Huh. Oh, yeah, I've never clicked on the overview. I always just clicked on the ones. My bad.
No worries.
So, Dominic, why don't you have a better look at that?
Now that we're outside, Can I do a quick Arcana check on it?
I would say that it won't reveal anything to you. If you have an identify spell, or if you want to start messing with it, like throwing it at shit
wait,
or
hold
wearing it or hitting it with a hammer, then you could maybe find out something about it.
Just look and be like, anyone want to experiment with a body and put it on?
Yes.
All right. And I'm just gonna hold it over the cat ears and just be like, would you like this to be ceremonially placed as you're blessed by the goddess of summer, god of summer?
I kneel
Guardian.
down, a little tinge of pain. Ooh.
Just, I've always wanted to try this.
Please
By
make
the
a
blessings of summer and by the blessings of Titan, I award you with this amulet of honor and good fortune.
make an
That's
insight
all.
roll, Cocote.
This stupid big dice is backfiring. 7. No, wait, 8.
You have to trust the big dice. An 8. When you put on the amulet, you do feel kind of better, but in a way that's very difficult to describe. There's something comforting about having the thing on, but you can't put your finger on it.
It
If you
feels
had-
okay, I guess.
If you were given the option to wear it or not to wear it, you'd probably just want to wear it.
I don't think it really does anything, but kind of feel like I think I like wearing it. I don't know why.
It looks good, so...
Maybe it's an amulet of happiness. That's a thing, right?
Does it soothe the pain of ribs at all?
Amulet of placebo.
I'll poke myself, and I'm assuming it still hurts a lot. So
Yes, yeah.
No,
The
no.
pain's the same.
Why would you poke yourself?
I don't know. Maybe it fixed it.
Yeah, that.
For science.
You can't see the damage underneath the fur. It's a blessing and a curse.
You know, I'm gonna assume blessing at this moment.
Okay. So, what is the plan?
Let's have a look at that map. Where does it say that other structure is?
Taking a look at the map. What do we
The
have?
other structure is not particularly far away from you. And... Actually, let's see. Gonna give you
It took
a...
us a while to get here, yeah?
Couple days.
It took you a day from the fort to here.
Oh yeah, just
Should we go back and see if Leonard is alright and then head out to this next area?
I guess it depends how far away it is.
Let's see here.
Is it
Temple
convenient on the
is
way back?
right about there. It looks like it's just outside of the jungle, like 1 to 2 days away. And the fort is a day away, so the fort's like slightly shorter.
Now I feel like if we're gone for too long, it will seem like we might have died. Might be best to at least check in.
And then just turn over to Dash and say, and tell them that we're still pursuing the same goal. With information on Yanti, and we can even show that we have a souvenir, and I'm gonna hold up the skull.
Dash nods to you. Well, I'm here to follow you guys no matter what. But they did say something about you guys disappearing and whatnot. And said that it'd be best if I got you back to the fort once we were done here. Don't want to dilly-dally too much. But at the end of the day, it's your decision. I'll follow you either way.
There is an issue with us disappearing and the whole thing, but if that does wind up happening, immediately find yourself secure haven nearby. We will be back. It's just it won't be for a little while.
I'll probably head back to the fort, honestly, if that happens.
How
Yeah,
would we
fair
get
enough. You
back?
don't want to die in the.
I'm not spending a night in the jungle alone. No offense.
No, that's totally fair.
Don't worry, Dominic. I can find us through this jungle. We've been here long enough. I've got this.
How much
Not
do I
yet.
trust this?
Well, he seemed confident.
He always seems confident.
And I'm walking around with broken ribs. Take it with a grain of salt. Well, I don't know about all of you, but I think it might be best to not piss off the military that hired us and at least check in back at the fort.
I also have something I would like to request of the fort's blacksmith that I had forgotten to ask for.
Well, double back and then head out to this next area and then we'll keep exploring. We're doing exactly as the military asked, if I do follow correctly.
Dash steps up to the door like he's ready to go. So we're heading out? Going back?
Seems to be that way.
Okay. You guys travel back towards the fort. It takes you roughly about a day to do so. And on one of the evenings here, halfway along the journey, you guys certainly time skip, because when you all wake up, it looks like your guide is missing. Now,
How many rolls do I get? Just one?
you get one roll, yeah.
Let's do a quick scat around for him.
Do the big dice. You have to use the big one.
Give me the 20! Praise the dice!
Make it bigger first. Oh no.
No, there it goes! Come back around!
Oh.
16.
It was almost a 1. What would have
It's like
happened on the
it's like the Price is Right and the dollar coming around. See it
God
pass too early when it's
explodes.
slowing down. You're like, fuck.
The one does nothing, no. So,
Okay.
traveling along there, Dash disappears, but thankfully, it's at a point where you guys are familiar with the area. You remember coming through here the other day, and so are able to find your way back towards the fort. It takes you guys a couple of hours. It's not quite as fast as when Dash was leading you there, but nobody is stung by some sort of insect that puts you into a paralytic shock or anything like that. And you eventually make it back to the fort. When you get up to the gates, somebody calls out, and they take a look at you, and soon you're allowed back in. Now, back in the fort, I'm going to cut over to you, Lenry. Now, Lenry, you have a vague recollection of what's happened in the last little while. You've fallen rather ill for many days back at Vossnux, and the group took some kind of job somewhere else, and so piled you into a little caravan. You weren't sure where you were going, as you were really quite ill, and when you eventually got to the destination many days later, you found it was like some kind of military installation. You were laid down in a tent to get some rest, and finally, after quite a while, you eventually wake up on what looks to be like a nice sunny day in this fort, and you feel much better. And before you can really fuss about getting anything like something to eat or anything like that, you see the main doors of the fort open up, and your party's over there.
So, get up and meander on over to them.
Sure. You guys see Lenry approaching from amongst the different tents. It looks like she's doing much better.
Wave. I
Lenry.
haven't really met you that much, but I've heard that you like the forest. This seems a little bit better than underground machines, right?
No, it's not. Vossnux is the best.
Was I talking to you?
I agree with you. I like it, but I assume she might not.
What exactly was my illness, Illusion?
You had like a flu for many days. Like a really bad flu.
Gotcha.
We all tended to you on the road, Lenry. We're glad to see that you're up.
Thank you all very much.
Still have a sniffle. Fair enough.
Projectile vomits.
A little bit.
Are you
I thought about it, I really did.
feeling strong enough to go back out with us, or are you still too ill?
I mean, it's just a stuffy nose. Nothing I can't handle. Just a
Perfect.
stuffy nose.
Definitely no.
This is getting weird.
Well, I suppose we should check in now that we're back.
You're not wrong.
We'll fill you in after we speak to the commander.
I hope nothing crazy happens.
Oh, of course.
When does it not?
Okay. You guys go off and quickly find the fort master there, and when you do, he looks to be pleased to see you guys all return and ushers you into that sort of private command room again. And when you guys get in there, he sits down at his regular chair across from the table, points to the seats so you guys can join him there, and he says, "Well, what did you find?"
Sorry, what day was it again, sir? I think we lost some time on our trip.
It's the 68th.
Yeah, how long ago did Dash come back?
Dash came back days ago.
That's not great, but I'm sure he'll forgive us, right?
Well, it's good to hear that Dash is still alive after having to come back alone.
He's resourceful. Said you disappeared on the last leg of the journey. Came back pretty quickly.
Any news of the 1T while we were gone?
Their sightings have been less and less common.
I'm just be like, oh, and I'm gonna pull out my Wanti skull from my pack and just put it down on his desk.
I've seen quite a few of these. You encountered some?
Dead ones, but yeah, I figured it might not be such a bad idea to bring back a little souvenir.
You'll have to be more specific. I asked Dash for information. He said that you would be better at explaining it.
We came to a little bit of an impasse with that temple, but it led us to the direction of another temple in which we could get the resources to get back into the temple that you want us to go to. So, if you don't mind, we would be more than happy to go on a double excursion.
You're saying the temple is locked off?
In a way,
Make
there was some difficulties with entrances.
your choice a persuasion or a deception check.
I'm gonna go with persuasion just because I'm trying to be as honest as possible.
Yeah, you're telling a
Otherwise-
little bit of a half-truth. You're clearly omitting some things, but I'd be willing to let it be either role here.
It's the same role regardless, but
The outcome will be different depending. Okay, that's
that's a 21.
a plus
no, wait.
7. Excuse me?
Sorry, no, it's yeah, is it plus 7?
I know you're level 4, but that's a little
No, it's a plus 7. I have plus 5 for charisma, and I have proficiency in persuasion and deception.
plus 5 for charisma.
Yep. My strength is real low.
Is that possible?
Yep.
He started with 18 and got the +2 level 4.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Oh,
That's
because
true.
you would have had like 17, and then you take a feat that gives you +1, right? When you had 18.
And I didn't want to take actor because
Because of half elf, right?
He pauses for a moment and he says, I might be open to this. I do want information on this temple that's on our doorstep, though. Is there anything that you found out? What of this creature? That was indeed the frog from before?
Yes,
I'll leave it
certainly.
to someone else to answer that because I don't know.
It was definitely the same creature. It looks like it died outside the temple, most likely fighting the 1T.
We did find a second creature, and I'll pull out the plates that I had like salvaged off the hide of the insect we fought.
Okay.
We also found a creature from which these came from around the temple.
Some kind of insect. Well, it seems maybe the wildlife did the thing in. Though from the size that was reported, I'm still surprised.
It is quite troubling.
This insect thing could burrow under the ground. As big as it was, a frog that size would not be able to fight something that could hide in the ground underneath it.
I'll
Those
write that down in my
coordination.
report.
If it weren't for Mac and I just going down and chasing it and scaring, I'm sure, the ever-living hell out of it, I'm sure it would have done much more damage to us.
Oh wow, Mackinac jumped down after it?
Yes.
crazy.
It was quite impressive.
Well, what part of Mac and I is not?
Here's what I
If robots
propose.
could blush.
I'll pay you for this information. You are promised the other half, and this is satisfactory. On the condition that when you do get into the temple, you tell me what it is that you find.
Will do, of course. We did find out how to enter the temple, which was regrettably going through some murky refuse, but if that's any indication, underneath some of the statues, there are likely various different little traps. We found when we were wandering around the temple itself that there were hollow spots around. So, if that is any use.
Hollow spots.
Just the ground itself sounded hollow when we were just tapping along.
Hidden passages. I'll make note of that as well. We suspect as much from the 1T. They're crafty.
We did not see any live 1T though, they were all dead, the ones that we came across. So that's a good sign at least.
Do they all fall to the frog creature?
The
We're
frog or
uncertain,
the
they look
wildlife?
long dead.
Yes, it was hard to say for sure.
That
There was
does
no
not
signs
match
of any
up.
creatures though.
The 1T are in a large way masters of this jungle. If they had any numbers, they should not have fallen to some kind of beast, even this insect that you speak of.
Well, see,
we only
that's the
saw
thing
about
is,
3 of them before we came across the impenetrable door.
they looked long dead. Not recently dead, but long.
It's still a mystery why the Yuan Ti are lowering in numbers. Maybe this is related to it.
Yes, this other building could have the answers that we seek.
You have my permission to go and look. If Dash is available, you can take him with you. And he throws you guys a bag of 100 gold. He says, but I want to know more when you find it.
Of course.
You have my permission to enter and leave the fort as you wish. The blacksmith is yours, though from this point forward, now that you've been paid, he will charge you.
Damn.
You just hear a click as Mackinac just
A loud
Tisks.
dial tone goes off.
bang.
Alright.
Well, I have business to attend to. If that's all, then I think we're finished here. Though the information is strange, it doesn't exactly add up.
We'll find more for you as we can.
I hope so. Well, thank you. You've done Aurelium a great service.
We'll continue to do so.
He gives you a nod.
Well, let's be on our way then. Good day to you, what was the name? Oberyn something? Wait, I got it.
Excuse me, are you talking about Fort Master Obrenzor?
That's the one.
Thank you, Oberyn Zora. We'll let you know as soon as we're back with more information.
Good. Don't waste any time when you're back in the fort. I want to hear about it ASAP.
Of course.
Now you guys step
So-
out of the room and head out into this large common area. What are you guys gonna do?
Go find Dash.
Okay.
Go get dressed for adventure.
I would like somebody who's feeling lucky to roll luck.
Don't come
I'm
in and fuck
always
us over
feeling
once, man.
lucky.
I'm
Wait, no, who's rolling it? Is it green? Alright,
Yeah.
Relic.
Relic,
Alright.
do it.
Alright.
Hell yeah.
Alright. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready? That's
Alright, it's alright.
That's a great
We'll take
roll.
that. We'll take that all day.
10.
Dash does appear to be in the fort today, and when you guys go looking around, you do find him. And it doesn't take very long, kind of wandering between the tents before you see that familiar face, and he waves to you guys. Hey guys.
Right back. Sorry about the disappearing act.
No, that's fine. I've been further briefed, and he kind of gives you a wink.
Perfect.
Honored to serve alongside you. Do you need my help? Unless I'm on some sort of task, I've been instructed to follow you guys if you need a guide outside the gate.
Always happy to have you.
What a coincidence. We're going outside of the gate.
Today? Already?
We waste no time. We are given little, if of that,
Okay.
as you've noticed.
Unless it's important, do you mind if I run to the tent and grab some things and I'll meet you by the gate?
Of course.
Alright.
We could meet in maybe an hour or two. Just make sure we take care of anything we need to here.
Nice! I'm gonna go eat then. And then he turns and runs off.
Wait, where's food?
And he calls back and says, "In the mess!" And you see him point to what looks like a little building by one of the walls.
If there's any discerning business, I say yes. I'm gonna go eat.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna go eat.
A telephone call has come in from on high, and I have to piss real bad, so we're gonna do a 5-10 minute break. Be right back, guys. Right
What truth
back.
does yonder phone bring?
Alright.
Alright, I got it. Pistol.
I'm back. We're on break.
Left.
Okay.
Yeah, like 5 to.
Did I miss anything in the time I was gone?
Nothing of importance.
Oh,
Because I don't. Because I
there's
don't.
nothing of importance, man.
We're going back out.
Yeah, I think I left when Dash was saying he needs to go get something from his tent.
Oh yeah, no, like you missed nothing then.
Oh, all right, cool. I'll be right back again.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, I'm back.
Hello.
Hello. So, Qual, are you back for a while now?
At least the next. Well, I guess next week is a break, but
I've returned.
Hello.
this is the most consistent my schedule will be for a while.
That's good. Right,
So-
we're in the middle of shit in the jungle. Good time to come back.
Yeah. Since I knew next week was a break, I contemplated not this week just because it would be weird.
We appreciate your company,
Yes.
especially when it comes to dealing with poison.
Meat shield.
I do appreciate you appreciating me.
Is Relic back from his phone call?
I am.
Hell yeah. We good to go?
I think so. I think we're all here.
Could be.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright. Now, Dash has run off to his tent to go and grab some things, and you see after he does that, he, makes a run over for this mess hall. Some of you are going over there while some of you were doing other stuff, question mark? What's going on?
I don't have anything specifically. I'm probably just waiting to see what everyone else is doing.
I've already run off to the mess hall.
Well, Earl wants to, I don't know, walk around the base a little bit, see if there are any other great warriors that wield the weapons he wields.
Interestingly enough, you do find one or two people who seem to have like a couple of darts in their armor, kind of there, easy to access if they need.
He just takes note of it and then meets back up at the hall area where everyone's gathering.
Sure. The mess here doesn't seem to discriminate between anybody. Their meals are all the same. It's just like a very basic stew or gruel that you can choose. But they'll hand them out to you guys if you go there free of charge. So anybody who wants to get their meal here instead of eating rations outside is welcome to do so. And
Will do.
I'm probably sick of foraging, so yeah, I'll slowly follow behind Dominic and get some food.
get a warm meal that's already cooked. Mackner, were you going to the blacksmith?
I was.
Okay, so you guys are all kind of getting food and everything. You sit down with Dash, and he asks you about what you're going to be up to and if you're going to see the temple, blah blah blah. And Macknar, you make your way into the blacksmith, and the guy turns and gives you a nod. He says, "Oh, I remember you. What can I get you?"
As part of my group's activities in hunting the Yuan-Ti, I was wondering if you had a ballista available.
Excuse me, a ballista?
Yes. And McIntyre will describe what a ballista is.
Sorry. Not that I can provide to you.
I see.
Now, we do keep fortifications, as such, on the forts. There are a couple of ballista in operation here, but I obviously can't give you one. Sorry.
Do you perhaps have a smaller one that might be considered portable for a person such as myself?
I have crossbows.
Do you have ballista-like crossbows?
He shakes his head.
Well, what is the largest crossbow you currently have in stock?
I've got a siege crossbow here. I've been informed to sell to you anything that I have which isn't specially reserved. This one goes for... Give me 2 seconds. Fuck, I keep leaving it over there. BRB.
No.
$50 gold!
50 gold.
50 gold.
It's 50 gold.
Highway robbery.
50 gold for a siege crossbow.
May I inspect this siege crossbow?
He pulls it out of the back there and shows you. It's a pretty substantial looking thing, and it does look new. Like, not brand new, but it hasn't seen service. There's no rust on it or anything like that.
Now, stat-wise, is there anything I can get before I buy this?
It's a D10, I believe, and it weighs like 18 pounds? Question mark?
Heavy crossbow, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, I said siege for some reason. They're the same thing.
It
just-
sounded so much cooler as a siege crossbow. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
What is this custom crossbow that Illusion is giving to it?
I was thinking about Mountain Blade. It's my bad. By the way, if you haven't played Mountain Blade, it's a good ass game. Go buy it.
Have it? Send me to buy it.
Yeah.
Or send
Also,
me to
Tail
play it.
Worlds, please pay me. Send me that check now.
Hashtag ad.
Alright, so I will buy it off of him as well as, I guess, like 20 bolts.
Sure. He gives the bolts to you for free.
What a nice guy.
So you have a siege crossbow. Fuck! You have a heavy crossbow now.
I'm putting it down as siege crossbow.
Sure. It shall forever be known as a siege crossbow.
It's got the same stats as a heavy crossbow, but it's called a siege crossbow.
Yeah, which is good because a siege crossbow is 100 times cooler.
I mean, it sounds like it would just be better than a regular heavy crossbow, so I mean, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Mackinac is then satisfied with his purchase.
Okay. Are you heading back out to join the group?
Probably gonna go and try to find them in this strange place of a mess hall.
Sure. The mess hall isn't too
Goddamn.
busy this morning. Couple of tables empty, a couple of tables full. One of them filled with your companions, and Dash is there as well. You join them. And during this time, Dash has been talking with you guys, and do you tell him that, you're going to the other temple?
Yeah.
Okay.
He needs to know.
Yeah, he nods along and says, okay. Yeah, I've got a path over there. Shouldn't be too bad. Might even get there in a day if we're lucky. Oh, your friend's back.
Hello.
I have acquired a weapon to use against the Wansi should we encounter them.
Do tell.
Yeah, that's a nice crossbow you got there.
I pull out my siege crossbow.
It
Very
says-
It looks
fancy.
quite heavy.
It says heavy crossbow on the side, and then there's just like a strike through it, and then it says siege in like Comic Sans.
I believe this will be effective in our fight against the Wansi.
Hey, Mackinac, buddy, did you buy ammo?
The blacksmith was kind enough to provide it free of charge with my purchase.
Okay, good. Would hate to get out there and then run out or not even have any.
That would be unfortunate.
I think you can kill many a 1T with that thing. Siege crossbow. It sounds so cool. You guys, I now use a siege rifle.
I don't believe how that's not how that you know what? Sure. Now I use a siege longbow.
I do not believe that both of you are using the word siege correctly.
Where's
just
Earl? He
messed-
can use siege darts.
That'd actually be sick. Just table talk.
It's just a
I think the
small
explosive
missile.
darts are siege darts.
Just javelins.
Well, does anyone have anything that we need to take care of before we leave?
I'm
I
good
have
to
a
go.
full stomach of fairly decent gruel. I do believe I'm good.
Landry, are you ready to head out into the jungle with us?
As I'll ever be.
Perfect.
Okay. Alright. Let's go do this then. Dash stands up from the table. If we're gonna be fighting some 1T, gonna want to move fast. Get it done with.
As the man said. We all good to go?
Yes, I'm ready to leave.
Okay. You guys leave and head out of the fort. Past its large gates, you end up in the clear-cut area outside, and soon begin traversing through the jungle beyond that clear-cut. The travel over towards this temple does not go by completely empty of event, I need somebody to make a luck roll.
I can't waste
I
my
am
rolls yet, I'm
always
sorry.
willing to make a luck roll.
Not
Go
it.
for it.
Hell yeah.
That's above
Sorry.
a 5, yeah.
Above a 5 is wonderful.
I need a dexterity saving throw from you, Soup.
Wonderful.
He should be good at those. Question mark.
Oh, that was almost a nat 1, but I rolled higher than a nat 1. Let me figure out what that is. Non-natural 20. Oh wait, no, that's non-natural 21.
Okay. While wandering through the jungle, at some point, you see something odd up in one of the trees there, and your eyes are drawn towards it, Erlebald. It looks like a normal house cat almost. A little bit larger than usual, but otherwise it just kind of sits there. And while you're looking at it, it makes eye contact with you, and at some point, in like the flash of a second, you watch as it opens up its mouth towards you, and you see what looks like sort of insectile parts moving around, and all of its form seems to change, like a camouflage has just been dropped. You see some sort of weird mantis-like beast there on the thing, and it shoots a spine out in your direction. And you move out of the way just in time before the spine hits like nearby at one of the trees, and the thing turns back and then flies off into the distance.
Was that a? Was that what I thought it was? I only read about those, but was that Manticore?
Dash looks over and he says, "Oh yeah, don't touch those."
Those aren't natural.
I don't really want to touch anything out here, don't worry.
Well, what is unnatural about it, Lenry?
Really?
I think he likes it because it spit out some kind of dart-like object.
Earl's just transfixed on whatever spire-like thing it shot out, or whatever the projectile still is.
Come on, guys, we gotta keep moving.
Earl, come on.
Fine, let's
We'll
go.
find more of them later.
Now, you guys continue
Can-
wandering.
Can we not?
Trying to keep him happy. Work with me.
No.
I need perception checks from the group, please.
Six.
13.
Oh no! Did we all roll low this time?
The most perceptive person rolled a 13.
Let's see what your scout gets. Oh, he's fucking nailing it. Alright.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
While you guys are wandering, Dash stops you all at the front of you guys. He gets up to a bush and kind of peers past it and then turns, giving you this hand signal to just all pause and lay low. I need everyone to make a stealth check, please. The number to beat is thankfully a 12.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Ah! Woo!
I beat a 12.
Relic!
Are you even
What?
trying, Relic? Jesus
on.
Christ.
Listen, man.
Lenry's still sick.
I'm not stealthy, but I can hit really hard.
Just out loud, just starts hacking up alone.
Dash drops low, hiding behind the bush, and he turns to you guys and gives you one of the couple of hand signals that he's taught you over the last couple of days, meaning that there's something over there and it spotted you. And as you guys lay low, he pulls out his bow and everything and gets ready.
Earl creates a little bit of distance away from him and Mackinac and the rest of the group.
I'm going to also move slightly away with my longbow.
What
By the way, it's
direction
a
from
longbow.
here?
I'm drawing the map right now.
Oh hey, along our travels, how many days did we travel?
What do you mean?
If I move, I'll let the
Did we
Nazis
move,
know
did
we're
we
in the
travel
attic,
for
so.
a certain number of days, or has it just been a single day of travels? thus
Just a
far?
day.
Okay.
He's fishing for the injury. Nighttime heal.
I appreciate it. I'll
So
get there eventually, don't worry.
You guys are like over here. You can put yourselves wherever you want. The thing is over here.
Well, I rolled well, so get away from me.
Are these like bushes or?
Yes. Bushes and trees, underbrush that you can use. If you're...
You said that it was over here?
Yes.
Okay.
If you're in there, you can attempt to hide. If you want, you can use this cover, that kind of thing. And I'd say there's like a couple of rocks in the jungle as well here. Probably like...
Your jagged, pointy-looking rocks.
Yeah.
I like it.
Dude, my maps are really something. Beautiful. Now, let me look at something real quick here. Ooh. Okay.
I don't like the sound of that. Why did you have to make that noise?
You guys kind of like kneel down here and take some positions and everything, and there's the sound of different creatures around you, like different jungle denizens, little bird chirps and insectoid noises and stuff like that. And then at some point they kind of grow quiet as you hear like a crunch, like something has stepped upon something, and then a arrow goes right next to you, Lenry, and stabs right into the tree beside you. And I need everybody to please roll initiative.
See, we're using the big dice too often. That's the issue.
Well, I just
I
went
just-
small and rolled a 19 and an 18.
Okay, small dice. Can I get the tiniest dice possible, Lucian?
Nope.
Damn. He knows.
Only I may have the tiny dice.
Teeny tiny dice.
Oh no, I'm gonna get my modifier wrong. I'm so used to attacking at +5 or +7.
It is time to fight some Yuan Ti. The day has finally come. Long have I waited.
What if I don't want to?
Well, the Patreon poll begs to differ, my friend.
I like.
I told you
Never
guys not
be
to
out
vote for
there.
the 1T.
I mean, it's
I
not finished yet. I think there's a couple days of voting left, but it's looking pretty strong for the Yuan Ti.
I did not.
Okay.
Oh wait, I haven't seen the poll. I need to vote against that real quick.
Kolko, it looks like it's your turn first. Past the brush there, you see what looks like 3 scouts. A bunch of Yuan Ti with bows in hand and scimitars at their side. Here they are, the dreaded snake people.
Do they see me?
What was your stealth roll?
23.
It doesn't appear that they do, though they've definitely noticed some of your companions and are shooting at them.
And so all these guys look the same?
Yes.
Just like a snake man with
Yeah,
regular arms?
that's pretty racist, but yeah, they do look the same.
Alright.
That's specious. Thank you.
Sorry, 2 seconds.
Well, that's just gay.
I'm sorry.
Excuse you, that's gayest?
Okay, I got one. Okay, so this dude here, I'm just going to bonus action Hunter's Mark.
Okay, so you hunters mark this guy.
And then can I just hold it? And if he walks out here, I'll take a shot.
Sure.
And that'll be it. I'm not going to move while they don't know where I am.
Okay. Erlebald, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Oh hell yeah!
By the way, if any of
Okay.
you failed that stealth check where you got under the 12, then they know where you are, and you guys know.
Do we know that they know where we are?
Yes, you know that they know. That we know that they know.
Do they know that we know that
Yeah.
they know?
That's what we all know.
Do we know that they know?
Can you shut the fuck up, please? Jeez. Just kidding. I'm just
No.
kidding.
Well, they fired at Lenry, so we know that they know. We know just a little
God
bit,
damn
right?
it. Just go.
Okay.
Even
he's
further
going to
beyond.
Pop up. Wait, fuck. God damn it! I hate using dart sometimes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Are you speaking heresy?
30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. God damn it, I can't hit him from there. Okay, he's gonna like dart up 5, 10, 15, 20.
I don't
And
think
then-
you even realized it.
No.
He's going to double dart attack on this Yuan-Ti scout.
Okay.
So this is without sharpshooter. Okay, so that's a plus. No, that's a non-natural 20.
You
Does that
definitely hit. Yep.
Alright, well, I'm using my d4 dice. Okay, so that's 7 piercing damage.
Okay. He's still alive.
And then bonus action, sharpshooter dart
Okay.
on the same target.
Ooh,
Oh! Hell yeah, 22.
definitely hits. Roll damage.
Oh, whoops. Shit. My bad. That was a 3... Yeah, 13 damage.
13 damage. Okay. He takes both of them, and the second one seems to stagger him a bit, but he just continues firing away with his bow.
Alright, and then Earl's just going... Is this a rock that is cover, or how big is it?
I would say that those rocks are large enough that you can't see past them. So they're like full cover. You can't shoot through them or anything. Whereas
Okay.
this is like -2 cover, which you can hide in and stuff.
Then he's just gonna move 1, 2, 3, then
Okay.
end his turn.
So you lose sight of that one there, and Lenry, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Okay. Well, they already know where I am, so
Definitely.
I don't need to worry about stealthing. 1, 2, 3, 5. And let's shoot that one with a crossbow bolt.
Okay.
I'm all turned around. Come on, big die. I'll take it. 14.
You hit.
Woo!
Bum, bum, bum.
For 5 piercing.
Okay.
And then bonus action. Just to create a spiritual weapon right here.
Alright.
I guess I need a Reese's Pieces. Cool. And attack on him.
Okay.
Forget what my spell attack bonus is. Cool. That's an 18.
That will hit.
Another 5. Not bad.
Okay. He's still standing. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's gonna be it.
Dominic, you're up.
And that is
Alright,
concentration.
Okay.
I'm gonna... Can I see through all this brush right now?
You can, you simply can't see through the gray. The rocks cannot be seen through.
Can I climb on top of this rock to about, like, here?
I would say so, yeah. It will require a check, though. You'll have to make an acrobatics check.
Alright, go for that.
Okay.
That's a 17.
17. Okay, you climb up on there just fine. And from this point, you have a bit of a height advantage and can see around pretty well.
Could I see like this dude?
Yes.
All right. All right. I'll go to attack him.
Go for it.
All right. Just rolled regularly.
They have
Yes.
cover in there, don't they?
Yeah, cover doesn't affect advantage or disadvantage, though. It's just a modifier that I'll apply.
Okay. Do I have advantage?
No? Do you have a thing that
Okay.
gives you advantage?
No, I was just
Okay.
wondering. Just you said high advantage. It was like,
They are sadly not the rocks of advantage.
ew, that's an 12 to hit.
12 to hit. You miss, unfortunately.
All right, I'm gonna kind of clamber over, try to hide a little bit. That's unfortunately my turn.
Okay. It is your turn next, Mackinac. What do you want to do?
I can't see them from where I am, right? I just know where they are, like I hear them.
No, you can see them now. This guy's out of view because of the rock, but you can see these other two.
Alright, I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Bonus action activate Titan Furnace, go 1, 2. And full action do a dodge.
Ah, okay. So you go
That's
to
my turn.
dodge. Next up are the enemies here.
Now you're just gloating about your AC.
2 attacks on you, Lenry. Oh, fuck me, dude. I'm never gonna kill anybody.
I like the sound of that.
Does an 11 hit?
No.
Okay.
Oh fuck, dude! I'm never gonna kill anybody.
You killed like
You
3
killed me.
players.
Yeah, but I'm still thirsty. Do
Okay,
2
you're
shots
hot.
on you, Colcoat.
I thought they didn't see me.
Oh shit. Never. Okay. Somebody else is getting that 20. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think you have to re-roll for a new target.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Yeah. I think we'll shoot at you, Dominic. Does a... Oh, I just rolled another one. It doesn't even matter. Dominic, does a 14 or a natty 20 hit?
The 14 doesn't. The nat 20. I am behind such cover right now. Fuck that.
Yeah, well, welcome to D&D, where 20s just mean things happen. Let's see. Oh.
Oh no.
You take a couple damages. Just a
A
wee
whole
bit.
couple damage.
Just a couple damages. There's my dice. I don't have enough dice. You take...
That's not a good sign.
You take...
I've done that.
Kill
That's
me
not a
off
good
one
sign.
hit.
You take 20 damage.
Holy fuck. Alright.
Are you conscious?
Yeah.
Okay. The arrow that strikes you is painful, and it gets you, like, right in the chest. You don't know if anything vital has been struck, but you do feel like a horrible poison that runs through you. It's not like a paralyzing poison, but just like an agonizing, burning, horrible pain that runs through your body for a flash.
Did I see who shot it?
Yes, it was this guy over here.
Ah, good.
After he shoots, he moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, gets over here. And this guy, let's see.
Good news is I can heal you.
This guy's going to take 2 shots at you, Erlebald, and then he's going to run back as well. No, we'll go here instead.
Unbelievable.
So 2 shots on Erlebald. Well, one of those is a 23.
Yes, the 23 hits.
Oh, you're a lucky man. You take only 11 damage.
Wonderful.
And this guy had his movement as well. He is going to run back behind the rock somewhere. It is time to roll initiative, everybody. Oh. Now comes the blood.
Ooh.
Hey.
Oh, I'm in the same place.
Oh, so Lenry or Colcoat will go first. I've declared that Lenry goes first.
Okay. Well. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Can I still see that one?
You can see this guy, and that's it. Just barely
Yeah.
from around the corner.
That's what I was asking about. Okay. You know, the question is, are Wanty good at deck saves?
Well, they're snake people, so...
So I'll shoot it with a crossbow bolt. Ah, you motherfucker! I thought I was gonna turn over. That's not gonna hit.
Okay.
If I barely hit last time, but then, oh shit. I can't remember if it was actually an action or a bonus action to move spiritual weapon.
I think it's bonus to move it, but it's also bonus to attack.
No, I
It's-
think
No,
use
you
bonus action to
can
move and
repeat
attack.
the attack with it. And 20 feet exactly.
Oof.
Come on, big die. 14.
Yes. Roll the damages.
Or a spell type bonus.
Hey!
Hey, that
Ooh.
is 11 damage.
Okay, it's still alive, but you do get a good strike on it. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Colcoat, you're up.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I'll use my tabaxi movement.
Yeah, you can't see
One.
any of them yet.
3, 4. I'll pop out here. And this is what? 25. Bonus action. My force thing on him.
Okay.
And let's see if I can hit him.
You have advantage because they don't see you.
Oh, sweet. Well, that's gonna help because that first one was a 5.
Okay.
Let's use the big one.
The big one's never failed.
Big dice.
Don't fail. 15.
That hits.
Okay. Let's see if I can obliterate this guy. Oh, fuck.
Not the
4,
best.
5, 6, 7, 9, 11. 11 force damage.
Okay. This guy recoils back when your gun goes off there and hits him, but he is still alive. You see like a chunk of his arm that's blown out by the blast.
And I guess I gotta do my save. And I fail.
Okay. So you take 1d6 damage. Do you want to roll these, or shall I?
You can roll 'em.
Okay. You take 3.
Alright, I'll hit him with my shot and just. What is with the creatures of this jungle? They can deflect my damage. And I'll just like Homer Simpson into the bushes, meld back in here and take a couple steps back.
Become
And
one
that's
with the
my
bush. Okay. It is their turn next. Let's see. I'm going to make a roll for them to see how cunning they are here. Yeah, not too cunning. I want you 3 to make perception checks as this one goes running and leaps into the bush.
11.
Fail.
22.
Ooh.
11.
Okay. So you guys see this guy go into the brush and he disappears. However, Lenry, you can still see where he is. You know he's roughly about here. And for these two, this one will step out, make a couple attacks, shooting at you, Lenry. Does a 19 hit?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
You are struck with 2 arrows. The first one deals 9 damage. So you can make your con save.
Fail.
Okay, so the spiritual weapon's gone, and the second arrow hits you for
So 9 on the first one, right?
11.
Yeah.
11.
I thought it was 11. Was it 11? Was
No,
it
you
9?
said 9.
9, okay, 9 for the first one, sorry, my bad. And the second one hits you for 14.
Oh my fucking god.
Are you still conscious?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
You
wouldn't have
will
been last level.
turn around here, and let's see. This guy kind of steps back, and he disappears from sight. And it becomes your turn, Dominic. So, for you, this guy has disappeared, and this guy has disappeared. You think there's one still behind the rock there, but you can't see him.
Alright, I'm just gonna hop off and then just sprint around.
Okay.
That's 15, 30. And I'm gonna bonus action dash. Get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
Oh, I'm good at those. Just kidding.
Oof.
That's a 16.
You can see this guy here, and you know
Oh.
that he's actually over there. The rest of you are unaware.
Can I go prone?
I think you can just drop prone, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go prone.
Sounds good. You hit the deck, knowing that these arrows hurt like a bitch. One's still lodged in your chest. And, Erleball, it's your turn. The
Hell
battlefield
yeah.
has gotten more complicated. What do you want to do?
I want to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I see... Do I have any idea where any of them are? Because he was sort of chilling behind the rock for a while.
As you come around the corner, you have no idea where any of these guys are.
Gold Coat, where did they go?
I think one of them's behind that rock over there. Another one ran off that way, but I don't see him anymore.
Alright, well, Earl is going to run off. I guess action surge. Move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just sort of in the general direction where
Yeah, roll
Gold Coat
perception.
would have pointed him out.
His roll that you have to beat is high, but not unbeatable.
Oh! I rolled an 18, and that's plus something. Plus 4. So that's 22.
You see him here, crouched over.
Fuck that punk. Alright, dart attack.
Sure.
Without, wait. No, without sharpshooter.
Okay.
You sure?
Alright, without sharpshooter, that's an 18.
18 hits.
Okay, and this is bursting dart, because I'm not a fan of this man. Okay, so that's 12 damage.
He is still alive.
Now, bonus action, dart attack with sharpshooter.
Okay.
Just fishing. Ah! Oh wait, no, that's still a mess. That's plus 3, so 12.
You miss, unfortunately.
All right, and that's the end of his turn.
Okay. After that, because I forgot to move him before, Dash is going to run up, and he'll get over here, and I'm going to roll to scout for him to see if he sees anything, and it doesn't appear that he does yet, so he's going to move and get into the bush over here. And next up, Macknar, it's your turn.
Well, Magnar is probably going to charge the rock.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I like leap over the rock? It's going to cost extra movement.
I would let you do it if you acrobatics check. In a triumphant
not?
leap. Otherwise, you will fall prone.
And it's a 7.
So you run up towards the rock and then try to Superman your way over it. You don't quite make it, though. You momentarily slip above the top of the thing, see the guy there crouched, and then kind of like roll off to the side and fall prone. No, not on the other
Oh,
side.
on this side.
Yeah,
Alright.
you're prone beside the rock. But you see
Well-
he's definitely there before you roll and fall off.
Alright. Can't help as if nothing happened. I bonus action dash and get around the rock next to him.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Alright. Roll initiative. Snake people get, 19 plus, and then your friend gets 7 plus.
My initiative rolls have gotten lower and lower each round.
Yeah, I bounce back and forth from really high to really low.
Mine are almost identical. My first 2 are the same, and my third was only 1 up.
Looks like it's your turn, Lenry. What do you want to do?
Well, I still know where this guy is, so.
Could Earl have, or I guess, could he tell Lenry where he is, or
I
would
know
that
where he
be?
is.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I get like a 23 perception on him.
Oh, my bad. I thought you said you didn't know where he was.
No.
Whoops.
You know, let's just go with an. Good, I had an idea and I threw it away because I kind of missed my spiritual weapon. Yeah, I'll just go with another crossbow bolt. Why not?
Sure. Ooh, yep.
Yeah, it's a non-natural 20.
Roll damage.
21, sir. Yeah. For 6 piercing.
He is still alive.
Oh my god. I'm not wasting a spiritual weapon on that.
This absolute whore.
I don't have anything that'll help right now.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that will be it. Can do not much.
Okay. In a suicidal leap, this thing runs towards you here. It's got, darts and bolts stuck in it. It's bleeding all over the place. It lunges towards you, Erlebald, and you watch as its large snake mouth opens up and 2 fangs rear. Does a... Oh, okay, never mind. He definitely misses with that.
I could have Shield of Faith to you.
Afterwards, he pulls out a blade and swings at you. Nat 20. Ooh.
Wouldn't have helped. Never mind. I will heal you, though.
You are slashed for 7 damage.
Oh, well, that's not as bad as it
That
could
is,
have been.
yeah, that is not as bad as mine was.
I had a feeling it wouldn't one-round me, but I was still very afraid.
Let's see. This guy here will make some attacks on you, Mackinac. And he'll swing twice. Does a... Let's see. 17 or a 20 hit. Not
Nope.
natural. No?
Nope.
Okay, so they both miss. And it becomes your turn, Erlebald.
Oh, this is a dangerous game. He's looking very wounded, correct?
Yes.
Where'd the one over here go?
You guys don't know.
Oh, but I have vision on him. Oh.
He has sneakity snuck away.
One
Actually,
say that
you
he
know what?
snaked away.
That is correct.
He did done snook.
He snectarized right on out.
Oh, I have no idea what I want to do here. I think I'm just gonna dodge. Yeah, dodging's good. Just gonna take the dodge action here.
Okay. You go to dodge, and Colcoat, it's your turn.
Okay, I will. I guess try to find this guy over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I notice him yet?
Yes, now that he's attacked Erlebald, you guys can all see him.
Alright, bonus action to do the force damage. Let's see if I shoot him. No!
Oh,
Saved by the
Thank
Agent
you,
of
unknown
Summer.
white token.
Praise no name, the Guardian of Summer.
You definitely hit. Roll damage.
I fucking suck at rolling dice. That is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 force damage.
Okay. A red streak cuts along this man's bare chest as a glancing shot streaks past, and he sort of staggers back in front of you there, Erlebald. A bunch of flecks of blood land on you, and he just falls down to the ground dead.
Oh, good, finally. But I will roll my con save.
Okay.
And it is, it's an 11 again, a fail.
Oh boy. You take... oh, 1 damage.
That reflection wasn't as good, but it still got me a bit.
Good
Be careful,
shooting.
oh, they reflect damage.
Oh,
I would like you to make an insight check, please, Colcoat.
Eight.
An 8, okay. It is Dash's turn. Did you want to make any more movement, by the way?
Oh shit, yeah, sorry. Hold on.
I think you were here, so you made like 3 squares. Hexagons.
So 1, 2, 3, and that's it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he would stay in the brush for sure. So he's gonna go over here and then take a shot on this guy. And oh, Dash rolls a nat 1 and fumbles the shot, and it becomes your turn, Dominic.
Alright, gotta stand up, move over here. Do I have line of sight on him, kind of?
At this point, yeah, just barely.
Okay. Well, real quick, 1,
I'd
2,
say he's
3,
like
4,
in
5,
basic
6,
cover.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Alright, that's within sight of Hex. I'm gonna Hex him,
Okay,
and then I'm gonna take a shot with Longbow.
go for it. Ooh,
Alright, that's a lot. That's a 23 to hit.
yep, definitely.
Alright. So. That is 1d8 plus 1d6 plus 7? Nope. Yes. No. Plus 6. Plus 7. Plus 6. So, that is 4 necrotic and 12 piercing. As well as I'm going to give him disadvantage on strength saving throws.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
It is your turn, Mackinac. The guy in front of you has been hit a couple times by some of your friends. He looks wounded, though not quite down for the count. What do you want to do?
Well, while he is wounded, he does not appear to be wounded enough. So I will swing at him.
Give him the smack.
That was a roller coaster of emotions.
That was. There's a 23 to hit.
23. Okay. You definitely hit. Roll damage.
That is 9 points of damage, sir.
9. Okay. Is that your turn?
If he does not go down, it is.
Okay. Roll initiative, everybody. This guy's still up.
Woo! Natural 20. Guess it matters less on initiative, but first one I've rolled in a while.
Oh, I almost did it. I almost balanced this giant fucking D20 on a D4.
Erlebald, it's your turn.
Wonderful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pop out and just or dart on this one T.
Someone's been watching Crit Roll.
Yes, this is true. Oh, wonderful. I didn't say I was doing sharpshooter, so I'll just say I wasn't. That would be 24.
Okay.
Does a 24 hit?
Yep, absolutely.
Wonderful. That's 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay, still alive.
And then bonus action dart, this time with sharpshooter. Oh, 18.
Roll damage. Fucking D4s, dude.
Oh, do you want me to re-roll that? They're so fucking ridiculous. Alright, 14 points of damage.
14. Okay, he's still alive. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Colcoat, you are up.
1, 2, 3, 5. So I hop into here. Do
Okay.
I see anything?
Ah, you're looking for the other guy? Make
I
a
am.
perception roll.
Oh,
Nope.
sweet.
Not today.
It hurts me to dash, right?
If it takes your action, yes.
Okay, fuck it. I'm dashing. 2, 3, 4, 6.
Okay.
And my con save. I gotta pass them eventually.
Hey! You did one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just keep an eye out for him, and that'll be it.
Okay. Dash will run out here, make a shot once again. And this time he actually hits with a 17 plus. And oh, he gets the killing blow, hitting the guy here. So with another shot, this one goes down, and you guys are no longer in combat.
Where's this fucker?
You do not see him.
Is there any tracks?
Ah, perhaps. You make a survival check.
I would love to.
Oh.
That is... Where's survival? That's an 18.
You do come across tracks that seem to go off into the distance.
Did anyone see where the other one went?
Once I find them, I'll quickly come back to the group.
Everyone okay?
Oh, you know, just an arrow in the chest. I don't know how they hit me, but they hit me pretty well.
They're good shots. We're lucky it was just a couple of scouts. There's gonna be more numbers than that.
Quite frustrating, if I'm honest.
One of them got away. I saw some tracks back in the brush back there. Probably best to try and follow it. What do you think, Dash?
They'll know we're coming, but we're close by. I mean, we've already done all the travel. I don't know if we want to turn back or bunker down. It's your call.
While we're talking, I'm gonna expend a use of my healer's kit on Erlebald.
Sure.
So prepare for health. You get
So prepped for
9
health
health
right now.
back.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
It's 1d6 plus 4 plus your max hit dice.
whew, wonderful. Okay, so I have 31 health now.
Wow.
As I'm wrapping up, anyone else?
I'm fine.
I wouldn't say no.
I'll do it to
Sure.
whatever Dax's character is called as well.
Dominic.
Whatever Dax's character is called.
It's a little bit, man.
13.
Okay. Lenry comes
Alright.
over, pulls the arrow from your chest with healing magic.
Not healing magic. This is good old-fashioned medicine.
Sorry, yeah, the healer's kit. A pair of tweezers. Big ones.
Tweezers.
This will only hurt a lot.
That felt much better. Wow, you'd be surprised at how nice it feels to not have an arrow in your chest. You alright yourself? You look like you have a couple sticking out of you.
I'll just pop a cure wounds on myself.
Sure.
I kept getting hurt every time I hit them with the... I don't know if there's something strange about this jungle or what, but I did not enjoy that.
Is he still using a rifle?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I had no such issue. Maybe you should consider switching to a different weapon.
Oh, blasphemy, Earl. I would never ask you to switch from darts. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
Does Earl twitch violently?
He's very, very irritated.
You sort of walked into that one.
Well, look, that guy is still running from us. If we hurry, we might be able to catch him. Probably best that we start to follow those tracks right away.
We should do so immediately if we can attack them. Or wait until one of them sends out another party to find us and then attack the temple. That would be preferred.
I don't think the same strategies we used to fight the frogs are going to work here.
You guys keep talking about frogs. What's the story with frogs?
Don't worry about it.
If you see any frogs, deal with them as soon as you can. Alright, are we going?
Alright.
Especially giant pink ones.
No, I know that there's a story, but I won't be the one to, pry.
I actually don't know. Can you take a short rest while moving, or do you have to be staying in the same place?
You can move as long as it's leisurely.
Yeah, you cannot be any strenuous activity.
I don't think we're moving leisurely right now.
Yeah,
Nope.
that was gonna be the question.
Like, I offered to heal anyone.
I only took a little bit, I'm okay. I started walking, I'm off in the gym at this point.
Alright, yeah, Earl's just following Colcoat.
Okay. You guys follow along and trace the tracks here. When you eventually come to where they seem to end, it's a portion of the jungle that opens up and you see a large clearing. Over top of the trees, you see a large temple in the distance. Temple not like the other one that you've seen. This one is much larger, though without the pillars. Perhaps its purpose is different. But there it is, and unlike the other one, this one has Wanty crawling all over it. As you decide how you want to approach and deal with it, there's a little map I've drawn you over here to give you an idea. And since
What
it
might the
is...
numbers be?
Since it's the time, we'll go to a brief break. You see roughly about a dozen of them at the moment outside.
Question, how long did it take to get here?
To get to this point, probably a minute or two.
No, like the whole trip from the fort here.
Oh, about a day and a half.
So we had one sleep?
Yes. So you can roll that. Here comes the injury.
When you got this, I believe in you.
It's on the other side!
You've got to figure out mathematically what's the best way to roll this.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll be back in a few, guys. 5 or 10.
Gonna go heat up some pizza, I think.
I like the thought of Dominic having helped kill, or whatever the frog demon, but not knowing why.
No, just wasn't there. That's all.
I just think it's funny that no one would have explained it to you.
I feel like it would have come up at some point.
Nah, that's not how we work. Information when information is necessary.
Where'd this giant frog demon come from, guys? I don't know. Never seen it before in my life.
Don't concern yourself. It's fine. Just deal with it.
We've never seen a giant frog demon before? You live under a
Alright.
rock?
Yeah, that's Dominic. Lives under a rock.
I'm gonna get another drink.
I will be right back.
I'm back.
He is back.
I need to read through more to Kingdoms at some point this week. Nothing else, just to get an idea for all the weird fucking monster. Did y'all see that Roseanne got canceled already?
Yep.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Oh yeah, Roseanne was canceled because she had racist tweets, right?
Yep.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Mention racist tweets and he's shouted.
I just felt like I needed to be here. I don't know.
Okay, Theo.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
Those tweets were like how we greet each other.
I just
Basically.
don't get how the fuck people don't know that that shit's gonna bite you in the ass nowadays. Like, fuck, how many times does it have to happen, people?
Yeah.
What? As I was like reading it, people are speculating that that was with how quickly ABC did it. That was something like in the deal. Like, you fuck up, you're done immediately.
It could also, well, the other thing to keep in mind is when it comes to that stuff that, like, old habits die hard. So even if you recognize that society's changed, and you tell yourself, okay, well, I'm not going to say this kind of stuff, you could still just, like, slip up, you know? Especially if you've just been speaking freely for a long time. It's like, trying to put a lid on yourself isn't exactly easy. You probably catch most of it, and then something gets through, you know?
On Twitter, though, like, it's one thing in a conversation, but on Twitter,
I guess? I don't know.
I did see like a thing that's like, how do
I've
people,
returned.
it's like you can't expect to say racist shit and keep your job unless you're the president of the United States.
Woof.
It's true, though.
It's very true.
I haven't heard Soup yet. Soup, are you there?
Oh, yes, I'm here.
Cool, cool.
I
Are
might
we,
pop away for like half a second just so I can grab pizza, but
yeah, go for it, bud.
it's just reheating.
Are we ready for the Rumble in the Jungle?
We're
Ready?
for something.
No.
Is it gonna
Gonna
happen
do it
then?
anyway? Yeah.
You got a 6-man anti-Wanty squad. There's no way this could go wrong. Alright.
You say
Um,
that, but
That's a 4-man, 1 cat, 1 robot squad.
Right. Welcome back, everybody. After the break here, our group has made their way up and seen the temple off in the distance. And the fact that they're a little outnumbered. Dash is ready and waiting to go with whatever plan you guys elect to take. What do you want to do?
just real quick, just voice the group. So it hasn't worked yet once in the past, but if one of them somehow gets near us, would you be alright if I tried using a spell to see if we can just get them to entirely abandon the temple altogether and run to aid another temple down south?
Well, you could
Literally
try,
just-
but the Wanty are resistant to magic.
Oh, yeah, see that would pose a problem. I was hoping you wouldn't say that.
That's why we mostly use martial force against them. Otherwise, we would see about maybe getting wizards down here.
Sounds very reasonable. Well,
I have a
that's good to
question.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Upon hearing this information and thinking back to when I hit them with the force damage, did it look like they actually got hurt by it?
Ah. I would say yes. It looked like you still did damage.
Okay.
Well, they
Well,
definitely
there's-
know. If you look at them, you can see they're on the lookout. I don't know if they're going to move out or stay at the temple.
Should we circle a bit, rest there, and see if they send anyone out?
Well, how much do you want to rest?
Until either they spot us or they send a group out to investigate the place that the scouts fought us.
We could try it. It's your call.
I see
How
no
much do you
harm.
know about these 1T? Like, how intelligent are they? Do you know anything about their tendencies? Any weaknesses they might?
They're cunning. Um, Difficult opponents to fight. As smart as any man that I've known. If that one made it over there, he's probably told them about our numbers. They'd know that it's probably not all humans that are coming. I don't know what their tactics will be, but it's not like fighting mindless beasts. If we're lucky, they don't have any kind of commander, and they're just guards that have been left here or something. But if they're taking orders from one of their betters, then, well, that's just going to make things more difficult.
So if they've got a type of commander, we should try to kill them first. Cut the head off the snake, so to speak.
You could try. I've seen an abomination once, and I'll never forget it.
What is an abomination? I do not like the sounds of that.
The Yuan-ti, when they advance in rank, they change. They become more snake-like. And those ones that you saw there, still more or less human. But the abomination is kind of the next step up. And, well, they're huge. They're like massive serpents, maybe 10, 15 feet long. Weapons and fangs that could instantly kill a man.
I do not want to fight those.
If they're taking orders from a higher rank, it's very likely that that's what we're up against. Or maybe worse. I haven't seen anything, but I've heard that the abomination isn't even the scariest that they have.
Lovely.
Now, personally, when we saw the abomination, we managed to take it down, but we had a force of roughly about 60 men against a force of about 30 for them, and we concentrated all of our fire on the thing. And honestly, I think even then we got lucky, so I mean, maybe we could take one if we can get rid of all the others. I don't know. I'm just hoping we don't see one.
That would not be the ideal outcome.
Does it look like something that big could fit in whatever building is down there? Like the doorways? Did you see any doorways?
You can see windows from up here. So the building kind of has like a lower outer portion and then a raised upper portion there. And from the upper portion, the windows, you can see things looking around. You don't see any actual doorways.
Does it look like we could sneak into any of these windows?
Probably, though they're clearly on alert, and you can see each window has somebody stationed at it, kind of looking out over the area.
Well, if we approach in the daytime, they're going to see us almost instantly.
And if we approach at the nighttime, we will not be able to see them when we fight.
Can they see in the dark? Do you know, Dash?
I don't believe so. No, they can.
Does he seem sure about this?
He nods and says, "No, they can definitely see in the night. It's not very far, so if you have enough distance, you can still work it to your advantage. But up close, they'll know you're there."
And if we're watching, like, numbers-wise, what are we thinking?
You
based on
see
what we
roughly about 12 of them come and go. There's a couple that seem to patrol the outer grounds here, staying very close to the building, and you also see people up in the windows looking around.
Well, if there's any way we can get them separated in any way, probably our best option. I feel like the dozen of them at once is not going to end well for us.
I am quite confident that after seeing their scouts battle and 2 of them die, they'll eventually send more people out to search for us. Then we can attack the fort, or we can attack the party that they send out.
I don't know why, but I have a feeling that it's not how they'll act.
Do you think that they'll just wall up and fortify?
Well, if they're as cunning as a man, they would probably do the same thing that we would. I don't think we'd be separating and wandering off into the jungle.
Well, if they're not going to be leaving the fort, we could rest here for a little while longer.
Okay. With that, Dash seems to sit on his hands. He has his bow constantly at the ready, and isn't really able to pack up his nerves and put them away, it seems. But as you guys, observe from this little bit of brush, you sit down for a rest. Are you guys gonna chill for a bit?
I think so.
Okay.
That's what Earl's pushing for.
A second short rest goes by. If you wish to roll a hit dice, you're more than welcome to do so.
Was our night of sleep on the way here, like that encounter, that was the second night, right?
The encounter happened after your sleep on the way here, and it only took one
Still
day to
have
get
missing.
here.
So we still have the missing health then.
So,
I'm gonna roll a hit die.
Yeah, me too. I just need to figure out what fighter hit die are.
D10.
Wow.
gay.
Yeah, I could probably use the hit die.
I'm gonna
Take it.
spend 2 hit die.
I'm not going to against my better judgment because I only lost 4.
Hell yeah. 13 hit points gained, so that tops me off.
Actually, no, I changed my mind.
Hit die are wonderful, man.
Okay.
I didn't even get 4 back.
Over the course of your 30 minutes sitting there and watching them, their pattern seems to more or less be the same. Scouts wander around, occasionally changing, and you see new ones that sort of come out, but they just stay there, and nobody seems to leave the temple ground, at least not from the vantage point that you guys have. And now it's worth mentioning that whatever's going on the opposite side of the temple, if anything, you have no idea what's going on.
Alright, well, we may as well get a better idea of the whole layout. Suppose a few of us sneak around the side.
As long as we make it a large circle, they shouldn't be able to see us from the fort.
Yes, of course. Definitely keep our distance.
Okay. Where are you guys going to move to?
This is us?
And
This side looks like it's got the most cover, hey? So if that's the
Thinking, like,
case,
back a
farther
little
on,
bit,
to
and
here.
then circle, and then
Wide,
move back in.
wide berth. We do not want
Yeah.
anybody.
I want stealth checks from everybody as you get closer, with advantage, since you took a wide berth.
That's a lot better. Thank you for the advantage.
Post
Oh,
the
nice.
results, please. Yeah.
I
Okay.
got a good fucking roll.
It does not appear
What?
that they go on to... what? You okay? What happened? What?
No, Relic got a good roll.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Well, advantage.
It's a miracle. I think we should just call it a night.
Wrap it up, boys. We're going home. After making your way around, you see the other side, which is kind of interesting. It's got this sort of indent to it, and there's these huge murals on the left and right side of the wall that comes up to a very large gate. And the gate is just like a massive square archway that is probably, 10, 15, 20 feet tall. And in front of it is a little stone road that peters out and then gradually just becomes like derelict and falls apart at about this distance. On this side, you can see again there are windows from up top where people clearly are watching, but you can kind of see into the building a little bit, and you see what looks like a hallway that has pillars in it, and you see an occasional Wanti that wanders around in there. Now up at the front, there are 2 Wanti that stand as guard on top of the patrols that kind of go around. What do you guys want to do?
From our distance, are we too far away to see, or does it look like that pathway has been used by any large creatures in time recently?
I would say if you wanted to know that, you definitely have to get closer to it.
Okay, I'm not doing that.
It's also worth mentioning that right now it's probably late afternoon.
Oh, that's good.
Well, if we're attacking, we should attack now before it reaches nightfall.
It does seem to be the case.
How much distance is there between where we're hiding and like getting up beside the building? Like how much distance are we going to be getting pelted with arrows if we run across?
Probably about 150, 200 feet. So that's enough distance that for you as a tabaxi, you could probably cover in like one turn, but anybody else would be stuck in the field for a turn kind of thing, even with the dash.
Well, look, as soon as we run over, everyone's going to be stuck out in the open while they're having poison arrows raining down on them.
Toot toot.
Sorry.
It's the Poison Arrow Express.
Pick one off and see how they react.
We could always try somewhat of a distraction. We could put and when night falls, we could put a torch in the woods on one side and approach from the opposite. Could even set a campfire somewhere in the distance. They might notice and think that we just set up camp for the night.
Approaching when it is dark is, well, it's not the ideal scenario.
From what we've discussed, approaching from the darkness would put us at the disadvantage. Would it not?
But if they only have a small amount of vision range, it would provide us enough time to get close enough. They wouldn't expect us until we were almost up in their faces.
But we would be unable to see them in the darkness at all.
We would not know if they decided to take the bait.
Well, we're not even sure if they light torches or anything like that. For all we know, it could have some light sources by the time nightfall hits.
But we do not know if they have light sources, so we shouldn't gamble on that fact. This is troubling circumstances. I don't think any of us can get close without being pelted by hundreds of arrows.
Yes, it does us no good if we're all half dead or fully dead by the time we even get to the building. If we're looking at, is it easy? Would it be easy for us to get into that gate?
It's just a massive archway. There's no actual door in the way.
Okay, so we could just run in.
Yeah, unless there's like an invisible barrier or something going on, it's just a big open airway.
Can we see anything inside from our distance, or
Yep, it's a big pillared hall, and occasionally
big pillared
Wanty
hall.
wander around in it.
And we don't see anything past the pillars then.
Yeah. You would guess from the size that there's obviously other rooms in the temple, but yeah.
What if we have Mackinac move in from one side, doing his best to avoid being pelted by arrows, while the rest of us quickly move at a different angle?
Yes, just distract them enough that we can get up close and inside.
Coalcoat, do you still have that fog spell?
Yes, I do.
That could definitely help us if we're trying to approach.
Well, I can keep it ready, and if it looks like we're in trouble, I'll use it right away to try to cover us.
I'm worried the first volley of arrows is going to be the last volley of arrows that we might see.
I could always put the fog cloud inside the building where they are.
Oh, that would definitely be preferable.
What's the radius or whatever diameter for fog cloud?
So it's only a 20-foot radius.
So it's 40 from one end to the other. So you could block one side of those windows with that spell. To give you like an idea.
Like a whole side of the building?
Yeah, because it's that 40 feet is probably about like that. Sorry, like that distance, roughly. So you could use that to like block off one of these or something. Or maybe like the entrance or maybe like a side of the building or something like that. But just to give you like an idea of scale compared to the map. That's probably what
How
you're
high
looking
up? How high up? Like, so on this front part of the building, other than the door, are there windows on these sides?
No, there's no doors no doors or windows on the lower level, just this upper portion.
And on the upper, on the front side, there's a few?
On the top, no. So to get here, let me see if I can draw you a more detailed version of it. Oh goodness, I was meant to be a fucking artist.
And those dots, is that just to show where the pathway is, or are those pillars?
Sorry. Dots? Oh, that's just the pathway.
Okay, alright.
Oh man, I'm more confused now. Guess I should wait until the spaceship is finished.
So there's the windows, right, on this upper portion.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like a big slope down. Oh shit. It's like a big slope.
It's really big slope then.
Right, and then you got the big doorway here.
Oh, I'm starting to picture it. I see.
Okay, so did you say there was guards posted right outside this door?
Yeah, so you got like a guard here, there's a guard here.
And then one in either window, or all these windows?
Right. So this is just a big slanted portion, kind of, if that makes sense. And then you sort of have the little stones and everything as this goes out.
How difficult to run up the side is it?
It's enough that you would probably move... Oh, I don't think you'd move at like half speed, but you'd be slower. You'd probably lose like 5 feet to every 10, you know, kind of thing. If you were like a really slow character or something who couldn't muster running, then it might impede you quite a bit. But if you're fit and you just want to run up it, I'd probably leave it to an athletics check, honestly.
And so if I cast my fog cloud, would it cover up both those windows?
Yeah,
Or
you
just
could
one?
cover not the entire face of this thing, but you could cover from one window to the next. So as a portion probably about like, yay big-ish
Hell yeah.
on either side if you wanted. Although these ones are like a little bit more spaced out, so it'd be a little more difficult. But yeah.
Probably better here. Yeah, because if I put it here, if it was placed like actually just kind of inside the building and then spread out from there.
But yeah, if you guys wanted to like just Ocean's 11 like bank break into here, you could just run like maniacs up the hill. I'll make athletics checks and then try and dive through the window. I mean, it's just an open space. It's not actually glass. I should clarify, because it's the
just like the doorway, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So hopefully that helps.
Yes, immensely.
Let's see.
The way it looks like we've got two courses of action. Go up the sides through the windows or through the front door.
So front door, maybe.
Do we really consider the front door a viable option?
Well, it's a big opening over there. I think it could all fit inside.
Going up the ramps presents its own set of issues.
I cannot obscure as much on the side as I can the front. I could try to drop a fog cloud in front of the two windows there and cover them up. We would just have to deal with the two at the door.
Which hopefully we should be able to take out rather quickly. If we focus on... Do both of them have the same sort of gear, or does any of them have better armor or a shield?
They don't seem to use shields for whatever reason. And they have scimitars and longbows. Almost all of them have the same thing. The ones at the front of the gate seem to have some ceremonial difference in the clothes they wear, but their weapons are otherwise identical, at least to your eye from all the way over here.
Well, if we're going in the front, Mackinac, I believe you'll have to lead the charge. What do you think is the better idea, my friend?
I am not certain. I'm only passingly familiar with Wanti military tactics, but I do believe they would pursue us, no matter which direction.
Yes, we're going to have a fight on our hands.
Do you
Just
believe
look
it would be
over at-
possible?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, do you think it is possible to perhaps lure one of the local wildlife to engage the Wanti at the same time?
It would be a great help.
It would also be very dangerous. If
That
anyone
is
can
true. We
grab-
might up getting more injured in trying to lure it forward than actually
Although,
initiating.
Coat would be the best at tracking down such an animal. He could disengage with his fog cloud.
I'd like to
And
put my
he can-
vote against risking wildlife.
Well, I thought you said they were abominations, Linry.
The cat mantis thing, yes.
Most of the creatures we've encountered here are similar to the cat mantis thing. The last thing we encountered was a gigantic bug monster that burrowed under the ground and shot spines at us. But
Which, to be fair, you did seem quite entranced by.
well, what can
I'm
I
not-
say?
I'm not going to get sick anymore. I can't afford to around you.
I am.
Real talk, I don't know if, like, this would be a conflict of interest with Aridin.
To lure animals as cannon fodder?
Yeah. To
Uh,
lure these animals as cannon fodder.
I would say if you knowingly, like if you knew that they were going to die, it would be pretty questionable. Some druids would agree, some wouldn't. If you wanted a divine verdict, you'd have to contact the man himself, but there'd definitely be some druids who would not be comfortable with that, and others who would be like, oh, that's nature's way, it's fine.
So are these just crazy-ass beasts, or are they proper monstrosities?
Probably
Or
a bit
just
of both in this jungle.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Can I pray on it?
Sure. You can start praying. Now might be a good time.
I'll throw in a prayer for luck while I'm at it.
Sure, yeah. Ask for another amulet.
Amulet.
We got a luck amulet.
The amulet of happiness.
What happened while I was gone?
No, we got
that
the
was in
secession.
session today.
Was it? Oh fuck, where was I?
Not paying attention apparently.
Smoking crack.
Okay, so what are we doing? What are we? Coal coat.
Yes.
Because your fog cloud is most likely the most useful tool for both of these options. What do you think we should do?
Well, I could cover more if we went to the front, and then we don't need to worry about falling down as we run up the sides. But if we're confident that we can make it in, it would probably be better off for us to be up top than down below.
19 religion. You pray on it, and you don't feel any presence, like any divine presence or anything, but after searching your thoughts and what you've been taught, you think that, yeah, this would be an unsanctioned
No.
act. Yeah.
If we're gonna... Well, I guess I'll stop praying, or whatever the ritual is.
Mhm.
If we're going to willingly send animals, even these, as bait, I can't be a part of it.
Why is that, Landry?
It does not feel right.
Well, at the very least, I can agree with that. I just wanted you to admit that these were proper beasts.
Oh, they're beasts. That's for sure.
Well, we can respect that. You don't want to kill these animals. It's just like Titan teaches us not to care about anything, so we don't.
Praise Titan.
Praise Titan.
Alright, so are we agreeing to rush the front, you fog cloud the two windows, or do we have another option?
I'm not sure what anyone else can do to help, but yes, I can use fog cloud.
Unfortunately, my expertise is more of a one-on-one kind of deal.
We'll just need to make sure we can get rid of the two at the front as quickly as possible. I mean, we could always have... I don't want to put Mackinac in danger, but if he was... We're sure he's not going to be killed from some arrows. He could always distract them at the front, and when they're paying attention to him, we could try to climb up the side. Him up front may pull them away from the windows.
What's the range on Fog Cloud, by the way?
120.
120.
Enough.
Okay. Yeah, so you could, like, run out and then throw it up. Yeah. Interesting.
Well, McIntyre, how do you feel about being robotic bait?
I do believe it would be better for myself to be in the front rather than any of you.
You are impervious.
Correct.
Mostly.
Alright, so
So,
are we
I'm gonna say no to that idea. Just putting that out there. Table talk.
What idea?
That's a bad idea.
Wait, which idea?
McIntyre, we all hop into the puzzle box and McIntyre walks us in. We all
No.
hop out.
No,
no,
not
that's
get in the
gonna
puzzle
work.
box. That's a horrible idea.
You guys still
No,
haven't
genius.
even used
I
that
know,
once.
it might not even be there.
I wonder if
For
we're
all we
waiting
know.
for it to disappear.
We spent $200 on it so it could disappear.
Yeah, come on.
What?
We spent 200 gold on that sucker.
No, it was only 100. It was only 100.
Oh, sorry,
Oh.
my bad.
That makes it okay.
That makes
Because we
it
wanted
okay.
to buy. Listen, we rolled a nat 1 on luck in Fabechi's shop, and he had a puzzle box, so we had to grab it.
Oh,
Just send
That's-
Dash in there.
Yes, some shit happened with that, by the way. We're alive, that's what mattered.
Dash never comes back. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Alright, well, if we're going to go in the front, judging by the time of day, it's probably best to go right at dusk.
Doctor's
least
trying to avert
mess
you
with
guys
the
away
vision
from
a
the
bit.
puzzle box.
Cold
I do
forgot
believe
it's
they
even
can,
there.
though it's not much,
You mean it
I
haunts
do
his
believe
dreams?
said they could somewhat see in the dark.
Well, yes, but dusk is the time where your vision will be messed with the most, more so than bright daylight or
They're also
pure
inside.
darkness. Anything that might give us a couple of seconds before they notice us. It's another arrow or two that we might not get hit by.
Yes, but fighting anywhere close to nighttime might mean that the majority of our combat we would be at disadvantage.
You've changed, Earl. You used to always want to kill men in the dark with your darts.
This is true.
I know you've got
Michael.
the accuracy for it.
He sort of ponders on this for a second. Have I changed? This is a
Oh
midlife
no!
crisis. I used to
Well-
be so much cooler, and now I'm not.
If there's time to have a moral quandary, it's probably before running into the Death Fortress. I mean, who knows if you're going to be able to ponder it after you're dead, right?
Well,
Alright, well, if we're gonna run into this death fortress, we need to do it sooner rather than later.
yes, I agree. We should act now. Does anyone have any better ideas? Or should we go with this first?
no, I do believe this is our best course of action.
So run me through the plan. You're going to run out like this, straight at the gates, and throw Fog Cloud on the 2 top windows, and then try and shoot down the 2 guards and run inside.
Yes.
Or are we using the distraction?
I don't
Which
like
one are you
Mackinac
doing?
not being with us. Mackinac a god, but if any of them have like spells or deck save shit, Mackinac just can't survive on his own.
They'll all just roll 20s on him. It'll be fine.
Lucian, if you could just not have any luck today, that'd be great.
Maybe I
would've-
s- Well, I rolled a couple of crits on you last fight. Maybe I ran out. Or maybe I didn't.
The
I'm really excited.
D&D
to play my
gods have
next
a way of
character.
fucking us over.
I will say that the luck this week has been pretty good for Monday. So I'd take that as you will for Tuesday. I think you should
We're
still go in the
fucked.
puzzle box. I mean, that's clearly helpful.
God, that'd
Well,
be so funny. We solved the puzzle box right here.
If we go into the puzzle box, we're gonna pop out a month from now, and suddenly the Wantier rule in the world.
Or, alternatively, the Yuan-Ti all die from, you know, a mysterious band of warriors that aren't us.
Weird. Don't think that's gonna happen though.
Hey! Great souls have finished each other's quests before. It's happened.
Yeah,
You never know.
don't think this is gonna be one of them.
So I guess quick
only we
question.
just-
No,
Here's
so
the
it's
real.
just-
Do we die to the Yuan-Ti or do we die in the puzzle box?
Oh,
we
I
can
see.
die
We
to
gotta
the
die to
Yuan-Ti.
the Yuan-Ti, and then everyone else in the world is plagued by them, not just us.
What if I told you there are Wanti in the puzzle box?
Fuck.
Then we have nothing to lose.
Don't worry, when we're about to die and our backs are up against the wall, that's when I'm going in the puzzle box.
Yeah, I've been purposefully derailing the conversation every time the puzzle box comes up, so we all forget about it. We just had to ruin that.
I completely forgot we had it, but I haven't played in like a month, so.
I didn't even
Alright.
know we had it.
Fair enough.
Alright, so
Enough of
what
this
are we
puzzle
doing?
box nonsense. So I guess we don't really. Did they change guards at any point? Like, did the two at the front ever change? Is there a frequency as to which the ones we see appearing behind the pillars are there?
Well, there's no pillars, but there are people that wander
No,
around.
like inside that we kind of catch a glimpse of them walking past, right?
No, it seems to be more or less the same. Now, granted, you've been out here for maybe about an hour or two at this point.
I guess not that long.
So, if you were to observe for like a full day, you might have a better idea of how shift changes happen and stuff, but right now it seems the same.
We could take a day and go into the puzzle.
No!
I think he's onto something.
At least someone to watch.
No!
Well, we can either, if we're not going to charge in, the only other thing is we could observe for a day and see if there is a better opportunity to sneak in. But we do risk a skip.
I don't think that we should do that to Dash over here. Let's...
Well, I can stay the night, but again, if you guys all disappear, I'm gonna try and make my way back to the fort.
I'd rather not risk your life being out here alone. That's the issue.
That's fair. Now, the wall there looks like you could run up it, but I don't know if you could run up it silently.
Most of us can't do anything silent.
Yes, we need some kind of distraction. I do think it would be better to be up top rather than down below.
There's probably...
True.
What if we throw the Yuan-Ti the puzzle box and they all kill themselves inside it?
That would be metagaming. We don't know what the puzzle box does yet.
Yeah, we
It's,
haven't even.
we
looked
rolled
at
a
it
1,
since we
it's gonna
bought it.
kill us.
Yeah, but we don't know that we rolled a 1.
Do you mention the puzzle box?
No, you know what? I've seen what happens with puzzle box plans. We don't want to mention the puzzle box.
Alright. Well, we can make a... I have minor illusion. Anyone else have the ability to cast this spell?
Yes, I'm going to make a fog cloud. I thought
No,
we had
minor
established
illusion.
that.
Using minor illusion.
I mean,
I
I can
don't
sort of
have
cast
anything-
a spell.
I don't have anything prepared that would help us.
Um,
None
the
this
best
is
I can do is once we're close,
We
we
could
just start
druid-
messing around with them.
We could druid craft some more sexy frogs. Hopefully they'll be distracted. Hey, Earl can join in now. He just got druid craft a couple levels ago.
Alright, well, let's just make this decision right here and now. Do we try to take some shots as we run forward and block off vision of the top guards and just hopefully destroy the bottom two guards immediately?
I kind of want to sneak in the side. I feel like the front door is going to kill us.
But as Dash said, it looks like if we try running up the side, the speed at which we're going to need to run up, it doesn't matter. We won't be able to sneak.
Well, I was saying
Yes,
I
but
can't.
yes.
I don't know about this one.
I don't think any of us could, other than maybe
I could do it.
you could.
I
But none of
probably
us could.
also do it.
Would you
Yes,
want to
but-
go up into the top level by yourself?
Yes, but if we go to the front door, they're going to know we're there when we start killing them.
Is
But,
anyone-
At least going up the
that-
side, we get inside the building.
Is
and they're
anyone
not at their
here
mercy?
easier to hit than I am?
Likely me. My AC is only 15.
Oh, that's what mine is.
I will be running up the field and
I feel
Yeah.
like. Actually, God, I'm so conflicted on this strategy.
I have spike growth.
We might want to.
Oh my god,
Move up.
wait, did you just say you have spike growth?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no, we are running... I'm not even gonna go... We're going tabletop. We're running straight at that front door. As soon as we get close enough for you to cast that, we are casting it on the front door, and we are making as much noise to get people out front door. And then we will just have, like, watch off to the sides. As soon as people come from the sides, we run through the front door, and then we still have the spike growth. Because I'm pretty sure the way that spell works, you can let your allies run through it. I'm sorry. I just...
You gonna be
I think
okay
it's
over there?
just.
No, I'm not. I'm never...
No, it says nothing about allies.
Yeah.
It's just you go through it, you get hurt.
Yeah. Alright.
It is a good way to zone off an area.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
you
feel-
have one area zone, which I think is similar radius, maybe a bit smaller, the fog cloud. Then you have fog cloud. So you guys have a couple of ways to work this.
Oh yeah, we can throw down the fog cloud and like deeper in, and I'll throw the spike growth like in front of it, so they won't know it's there,
That would also work.
and just charge recklessly into it.
Well,
we do have a lot of range attacks. We could always just, shoot at them.
We can do both, all three.
we should
Yep.
probably use the fog cloud, saving it for up top, so the archers can't pelt down at us.
Yes, force them to come out the front where we'll have the spike growth. Ooh, interesting.
I
That
can.
could work.
I have 2 second level slots right now, so
They also might decide to leave from the windows and fire down upon us from the slopes. I think our best course of action is just to move up the slopes ourselves. If we're able to clear out that top room, there will only be Yuan-Ti going up.
Okay,
We won't-
one more time. How well do we roll? Just once again, getting table talk. How well do we roll?
Well
quite
enough.
poorly.
Who has athletics?
I do.
Ooh,
I do.
okay.
I have a negative modifier in strength.
Yeah, so let's think about this rationally. Athletics to get up an area where we think might have people in it, or we go in the front door, take the people out that are in the front door, and like charge through.
Look, I
And
thought the
hold the
plan was
front
cool.
door.
You're really killing the vibe here.
See, but
Yeah,
here,
come on, bro. What the hell are you
We had a
talking
good
about?
plan, Dax.
But
For all-
what kind of chance of success do we have?
but hold on, for
Oh,
all we know,
relax, Dax,
fucking-
chill out, chill
we
for
don't-
all
out,
we
chill
know,
out,
the
it's all
second level of this
good.
building
Under
is just a
10%,
catwalk,
regardless.
right? Like we could
Come on,
walk
bro,
into this room with
just-
pillars, and there's a catwalk with like 8 of them with arrows shooting down on us, and we're fucked because they've got high ground. We can't get up.
But the high ground is so sexy, and even if it takes a couple turns for us to get up there, I think it's worth it because they can only really fire from one
I mean-
area.
If we get the high ground, it's over.
I mean, I'm saying firing down is here.
I just pictured fucking Anakin burning by the lava.
All right, here, hold on. How about this? If we come in one of the sides, if we we're shooting at one window, so they had to like kind of cover and only take pot shots and maybe take a shot to the face. Fog cloud the other window. Yes, it's obscured, but obscured. But
Obscured.
It's
It's all
obscured.
obscured.
But we know where it is, right? Like you could run up and like it's this far away, and that's where it's going to be, right? It's not going to be that hard to run up and get in there, and they're not going to be there because there's a fog cloud, and they won't see us running in.
Another option is that we fog cloud ourselves, so that no matter where they're firing down at us, they always have the disadvantage, right?
But we also can't see.
Well, we
that's
can
overrated.
see, we just can't attack them properly. Like, we
Well, if
sort
we
of
get
know
the
what
fog cloud
direction
way
we're
above
going.
us. Yeah, sure, but no, like heavily obscured mean obscured. Fuck, you got me doing it now.
Obscured.
Obscured. It means obscured. Anyway, it means that we can't see. Like there is no advantage or disadvantage if you can't see.
It's just people fucking whacking at each other blindly.
Oh, yes, okay. I was mistaken, you're right. Sorry, this planning has gone on way too long. I'm so confused.
All right. For table talk purposes, dial it back. We want to kill Yuan Ti, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yuan Ti currently have a little hideout thing that they're defending. Yes.
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 Relics bring out his southern voice. Here we go.
Fighting them around the outside of the building is a bad idea because they
And
got
the
windows.
outside,
We assume
and
they
the
have
outside.
archers. We know they have bows and arrows. We established
Yes.
that already, right?
Yes.
Yes.
They have the high ground at that point. They can shoot at us from the high ground.
Yes.
Bad.
Yes.
It's not good.
We
Yes.
need to get the high ground.
Can we
have
get
to go
inside the building without engaging in combat? Right? So avenues of entrance, windows or front door. Right? Those are the two options.
And front door, they still have the high ground.
Well, if we can get inside the front door, we're at least in an enclosed space. The bows will have as limited. We don't have to deal with as many coming through the front door. Mackar can simply sit in front of the front door and just become the meat shield.
And it's
to prevent
scientifically
more people from
proven
coming in.
that you can't die in an enclosed space.
Exactly.
It's
True.
also
Yes,
true
but
that
if it's
Mackinac
like an
is
open
immortal.
area, it's like shooting fish in a barrel, right?
Wow.
Yeah, the barrel is made of solid steel.
They could also just pile out from the windows, go down the ramp, and attack from behind us, right? Like
right,
this
but
is
if we're inside the building, we now have cover. Right, that's the thing. That if you're inside the building, you have an advantage over being outside the building.
Yeah, the
Yes.
windows do give you cover.
Right, the windows give you cover. If we're inside the building, even if they're outside the building, they have a limited space to engage us. They can't all attack us at once. So
Okay,
inside
I
the
can
building
dig
is good,
that.
but how do we get inside the building? Can we sneak up through the front door? Probably not. Can we sneak in one of the windows? Some of us can, some of us can't.
splitting the party seems like a negative.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying split the party. I'm just saying like Mackinac. I'm gonna have to get some very good rolls to be able to do that successfully. So
Now-
that's iffy, right?
To
Can we lure them
clarify,
away?
unless you're rolling a 1, the only athletics roll you need to scale this will be to determine like how fast you scale it, right? It's not like a 1 would be falling back to the bottom, but anything else will just be an amount of speed that you have going up there, right? Meaning that the higher numbers you're not impeded at all, and the lower numbers you move at a slower speed.
That's still putting us at risk for 3 turns, so.
Yeah, so
we don't want to be in ranged combat range for more than 1 or 2
Well,
rounds.
how many? Blah,
This-
blah, blah. How big is the ramp? Yes.
yeah, this is roughly about 50 feet. So if you have somebody who rolls well in athletics, they could 1 turn get from here, like, dash in through the window kind of thing.
It's best scenario. 3 turns out in the open.
It's not really open. I'll throw a fog cloud down.
Yeah. We would be able to obscure one of these windows, so it would
I
only
could
be
get
one or two
one of the
ones.
windows and a portion of the ramp.
Mhm.
That's assuming that isn't just like windows and there's not a floor there.
Well, how would there be people there?
Oh, did we see people up there?
Yeah, there's archers in the windows.
That'd be so fucking funny. We
Just
go
leap
top
in.
the ramp, we leap in and we just fall 20 feet, just crack against the ground. Oh man,
Body wipe.
I'm enjoying this planning.
Now,
I've had
does
some good
anybody have
laughs.
Any kind of like teleportation? I'm assuming
Nope.
no, right?
I don't think any of us have
Fastest on
that.
foot.
No misty
Cool,
steps
cool.
yet.
Coldcoat
Okay.
and Earl has his action surge, so he can sort of do what Coldcoat does.
For 1 round, yeah.
Yes, but Coldcoat's is also just 1 round.
Yes, until I
And then
don't
he
move.
can't move at all.
Oh,
to get
really?
a recharge. Yeah, that's how it works. Is he can move 120 feet 1 round, but to get a recharge on it, he has to move 0.
That's why a lot of times
I thought it was
don't
a
move.
short rest thing. My bad.
It backfires because sometimes you get hit with demon blasts and die.
Sometimes, who knows? Alright, so one plan could be we go in through the windows, right?
Mhm.
Second plan, we split them, not us, split the other group, the Monty, by either attacking and having them like go out. We convince them that there's like something else they should be doing. We wait around, see if they send out like a scouting party. What do we think there? Right?
Well, we've thought a lot about trying to. They saw an attack and they're not sending anyone out, so they're just sort of fortifying. It'd take something big to drag them out, I think. So maybe we could. I mean, Linry's not okay with us bringing one of those big burrowing underground creatures there, and that plan seems dubious at best as to how successful we'd be.
Right. So what if we I mean, one plan.
They're not going to come out when you've got a fortress and there's like a smaller number attacking you. There's no reason for them to come out.
You just got to get one of those insects inside your puzzle box, like a Pokeball.
Oh my god. Okay, I know what we're doing.
All right. What else can we do? Okay. So we have four
could
people
attack. Like we all have some
ranged
kind of
weapons
range
that are
weapon, right?
silent.
We attack. They know we're attacking. We back off. They either chase after us, at which point we engage a smaller party, or they don't engage. We just keep doing it over and over again.
Mm-hmm. I think we just siege them.
The issue with that could be though, if they just like
crossbow.
If we go to sleep one night and skip days, now they've got
yeah,
reinforcements.
well, we can time skip. They can decide to just not leave at all, and we're just kind of stuck waiting and waiting and waiting indefinitely. And then maybe more Wanti show up because they're like, where are the other Wanti at, right? Got some
Makar's a
downsides.
forge cleric, right?
Yes.
Could you make us like a catapult or a trebuchet?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, like, I have a bunch of crafting skills. I don't think I can use like any magic to make something like that. But
Let's all pool our knowledge together. Let's make a
hold on.
catapult.
Wait.
We need a
We're
catapult
team of
spell that works on
craftsmen.
people.
Let's not fight our way in. Let's craft our way in.
Yeah, let's craft our
Can
way.
we
into
tunnel
this.
underneath?
Yes.
I mean,
The classic.
it's a possibility. Did you guys bring shovels?
Nope.
We can make
I
shovels.
mean, I can magically make shovels. Like, come on.
We can craft our way out of this problem.
Can I spiritual
Come on,
weapon
team.
a shovel?
Yeah, probably.
Dominic summon a shovel.
I mean, it's gonna
Yep.
take a while, but if you guys want to do the tunnel in, you could.
Like,
What-
here's
what
the thought.
stone-
I mean, who knows
Oh,
what you'll run into?
ooh.
What
But
stone
Here's
is
an
the
idea.
fortress made out of, though?
Oh.
Like, what's it? Is it just regular stone? Does it look weird?
it looks kind of like stone, but the rock is sort of tinted, like a sandstone sort of color,
Oh, okay.
It
and
looks nice.
it all looks quite aged. Like there's a good amount of moss and vines that hang in any direction.
Screw it, that plan doesn't work then.
Here's a slightly different plan along the same vein.
Oh.
Instead of crafting our way in, we can make tunnels underneath them, have them fall into the tunnels.
Oh. How would we set up such an operation without them noticing the tunnels?
I mean, listen, there's burrowing insects around here. Like, I'll just ignore it. It's like,
Wait,
no.
you brought the insect parts, right? We could just
Yeah.
make ourselves our own little burrowing insect and do what it does with its body parts.
Yes, we'll just snap the things onto Mac and it'll ride on his back and throw darts out like spikes.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah!
hold on. Let's just spend the next week making a insectoid tank.
We're like
Can we make
Scooby-Doo
that
villains.
thing from the DMG illusion? You know what I'm talking about. But it's
Yeah,
insect heads.
that guy, the submarine thing
Yeah.
that you guys got in that one campaign.
What if we just make a fucking canoe and run in, and while we're carrying it over our heads, so they can't hit us
Could you
with
just make
arrows
like a
from
shield?
above?
But like, how many Wanti are there? I forgot at this point. There's like,
Is there anything in the jungle around us that we could use to just like hold up and in front of us and block arrows?
Magically turn a tree into a fucking massive door so that we're the fucking door bros from Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing accessible just immediately, but if you wanted to start cutting down timbers and start crafting, yeah, you could do something.
Could we just like break down an entire tree and then all run it up like a battering ram, but then just jam it in the window?
Sure.
Why?
It's not going to be easy to
just
run
make
like a tree up the...
let's just make like a trebuchet and start launching giant logs at them. Like,
Okay, alternatively, we all just do the pole vault thing, and we vault up to the top of the building.
We've been here for an hour. Let's just fucking make a decision.
I'm having fun though.
Okay, here's what I suggest. As DM, sometimes this happens where impressive levels of planning go on. What I like to call Wednesday levels of planning. We can take a note card and write down your different plans, and then roll a die, and that's the one you guys do.
Don't put the bad plans down, just the good ones.
Oh my god, well, I already did this.
I want to go up the ramp. I don't know about you guys. I think ramp is best idea.
I think ramp is best idea too, because it's not like we're gonna fall off. We're just not gonna.
The first person could run up and hide in the fog cloud and have a rope that's down, so you could like go up the rope.
The alternative to that is maybe you pick one that seems sort of good, and then you just start on it, and then as like the combat and everything begins, you just wing it from there instead of
so when it falls apart after 10 seconds.
I mean, hey, if you gotta move forward, you gotta move forward. I like the planning and everything. It's quite it makes me giggle, and I enjoy listening to it. But I think that Daxon is losing his marbles, so...
I'm going slowly insane.
That's why I made the straw poll.
Yeah, we have one vote.
Oh, we have a straw poll?
One vote puzzle box. Puzzle.
My bad.
A box puzzle.
Is it
Sorry.
shit posting, or did you... Oh, yes it is.
Oh, it isn't shit posting. I'm sorry. I'm normally there, so I forget sometimes.
Which one of you fuckers voted on the puzzle box? God damn it.
That is 100% koala.
I'm seeing a lot of votes for the puzzle box.
Oh my god.
What
the? No.
Illusion.
What?
Wait, hold on. It's the other groups. I'm convinced. This poll has been hijacked. I can't delete this note card that says ramp illusion. Could you do this for me?
The note card that says ramp. Oh yeah.
I made it. I just can't delete it.
I mean, it's great to have them vote because they probably, like, people in the Discord probably don't know what's going on.
Alright, let's just do an audible. I'm
gonna let them know.
Let's just do ramp then.
What are you voting for, Doctor?
Ramp.
What about you, Relic?
There's only three options on here.
If we got close enough, could you use minor illusion to make it look like the window was closed?
I don't think I can do that.
Well, if
Seeing as
that's
there's no way to close it normally.
Well, it would look like something's in front of it.
Well, that is sort of a good question.
If he's stupid, then he wouldn't know.
If someone knew that something was an illusion, but they still failed the DC,
well,
would
there's
they
no
be
DC.
able to...
If they know it's not real, then it just fades.
Okay.
So for the Wantee who have been living here forever to just see one of the windows is boarded up or something, the illusion would probably just disappear.
Alright.
What if it was like the illusion of a little cat insect?
Maybe they would believe that. I see 2 votes puzzle box, 2 votes have the high ground.
Well, 3 of us voted here on high ground, I think. I'm not sure. I know
Let's
Doctor.
just run up high ground and let's do it now. After, do we just go over here and like just run?
I'll
Okay, I'll close one of the windows.
I'll fog cloud one of the windows, and then I'll run in there. And
we're running
would it help if I threw a rope down for them to follow up, or?
I'd say probably not.
Okay.
It might be better just once we get up there to start killing as quickly as possible.
Guys, I just want to say, like, in character, it would make sense that if we come across this, like, miniature Wantee fortress, that we don't, like, just go running in. We do try and plan, like... You know, we don't have to, like, in character do this tonight.
The issue is we could fuck over Dash. That is the main issue.
Well,
yeah.
we sleep, and if we don't wake up the next day, Dash can head back to the fortress and maybe procure some reinforcements.
So, table talk, anything that happens with Dash, if you guys time-lapse before you do the thing, then it'll just be a luck roll, and then that'll decide his fate. But it will be odds in his favor, because he's a scout for these areas. So.
Honestly,
we
if
don't
we
want him going back to get reinforcements because we're supposed to do this without anyone knowing.
I'm pretty confident. Well, fucking, what is non-doctor? What do you guys want? What's your vote for?
High ground.
I'm also okay observing and not like what Relic said, and not necessarily doing it right away.
Like I vote for this session ending with us planning, and like over the next week we plan on the side and having a plan for next session, which will take place.
It's just frustrating because
tomorrow
we've been
in
sitting
session.
here since 6:30.
I will say you guys have 20 minutes till the session ends. So if you do start this plan, even if combat breaks out, it will probably end during that, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So keep that in mind. Maybe you'll get in, maybe you pass the front door, maybe you want to use bleeding out in the field, who knows. But it'll be like midway through stuff, and then you'll have 2 weeks to think of a way to get the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I don't doubt the bleeding out in the field thing. That's a guarantee.
June 12th, if we come back here and by 6:15, if we haven't decided anything, then like
Well, you'll have 2 weeks to figure it out.
Yeah, here's what I'm gonna say. If we don't have a solid plan we all agree on when we come back on the first session within the first like 20 minutes of the session, we do the rush of the high ground plan.
Yeah, because
if we don't have anything else that we can agree on.
Well,
I'm honestly gonna say, what else are we gonna do?
It's the front door or the
disagreeing
windows.
with-
It's got to be one of the two.
Well, who wants the front door? Like,
I don't think that the front door is even an option from what I'm hearing. It seems like the two options are A, go with the high ground and run in, because it seems like the better of the two obvious options. And then B is wait to find a better option we're not thinking of yet, like maybe constructing something or something sneaky or whatever. So, which I
Honestly,
think
Just finding
feel
a
like we
time where
had-
people asleep. They have to sleep eventually, right?
We had a solid idea for attacking the front door, but it just seems like super risky.
Very risky. It doesn't go
yeah,
all the way
at first that was the one I wanted, but
I think
Just
like-
save the thorns for something, right? We could run up, we could just watch and observe, and once some of them start going to sleep, as soon as we get the chance where there's no one on the one side, we fucking book it. If somebody appears, I fog cloud that window, and then we
But
hopefully
if-
are close enough to run in.
if we're doing it while they'd be asleep, it'd be nighttime, and we can't see anything, and they can
Well,
see.
hold on. Do
most-
Wanty sleep during the night or sleep during the day?
nobody
don't know.
knows.
Yeah, who knows if they even
Maybe
sleep,
we can
or if
spend a
they
day
just...
observing and seeing. Oh, they have more scouts during the night. When
Yeah,
they're
you want to
awake.
see
But
what
we
the better
can't
time
really,
is.
we can't see during the night, right? Because they won't be using
We don't have
torches.
dark vision, but if there's like moonlight, we can see a little bit, right?
You can barely see, yeah.
Like we can see like figures. We can't make out details, but we could maybe see like, oh yeah, there's like 10 Wanty roaming around versus the day where there's only like 5 or something like that.
You might
Well,
actually
just
be able
Because
to
someone
get
has
something.
dark vision doesn't mean they walk around in the dark all the time, right?
No, it doesn't.
Well, no, but what I'm
Wanty
saying is
nocturnal or
that-
not, like we don't know.
Would we, from the moonlight, would we be able to get an information more than, oh, you see a couple shadows moving about, or would we be able to go, oh yes, there are 5 Yuan-Ti on shift then, but 10 during the day, so it's better to attack them.
It would probably depend on some rolls.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
How about we do that right now so that we have more concrete information that we can use for next time, where either we wait more and hope that if we do time skip, Dash goes back and just grabs reinforcements, and if we don't time skip, then we have that information and we can immediately charge into action. If we're at
I
something.
agree. I don't want to run in and die just because we're worried about Dash leaving and going back to the thing.
Okay.
We-
Do you guys want to
I'll
spend the
find out.
night watching the place then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not too concerned about Dash, also.
Take shifts and we'll probably do it like a couple people from like different parts around just to have like different visuals.
I just rolled a nat 1 for Dash's perception check, but I do need group perception checks for you guys. As you guys
Well,
spend the
can't
night.
get any worse than Dash.
Well, this is the roll of the session, so I gotta use the big one.
Oh my god. Got a 4.
Oh!
Ooh, hey, I'll take a
No!
22.
22 is good.
I'll take
I
a
see a
19.
19, 22, 7.
Okay. Some people
yeah,
aren't
yeah,
blind.
yeah.
This is good.
Just the Titan followers.
Okay.
We'll come in handy later. It's fine.
I fell asleep on my watch.
Your ribs hurt too much.
During the evening, those of you who rolled rather well there, and by that I mean everybody except for Cold Coat, it seems. Wait, what's the one I'm missing?
Oh, you're missing me. I didn't type it out.
Oh, 4, okay. Well, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
So those of you who got 19 plus, you guys notice a couple of interesting things. In the middle of the night, there are torches that are lit within the building, and so observing what's going on over there is actually fairly easy. As for the figures that wander around outside, it's not so easy to tell what's going on with them, and it looks like they still do patrols, sending people out, and that part doesn't really change. Occasionally, one of them will wander in through the front entrance, and somebody else will come and take their spot. And this seems to happen every few hours, like 3 or 4 hours go by and somebody swaps. The same thing happens for the guards at the front gate, where eventually somebody comes out dressed like them, and one of them steps off, and then another one comes out and they swap off. As for the top building, you guys see that there's a number of archers that seem to post up there and constantly sort of like watch out and look outside. But as the evening goes by, they kind of become more relaxed, perhaps because it's been a while since your attack, and they, put their bows back over their backs and stuff like that. But they're still clearly in the room and looking out on occasion. Now, there's a couple of key things that are useful here, one of which is that you don't see any Wanty abomination. No sort of strange giant serpent beast shows up. And the other thing that you notice is that they don't seem to leave the area, and at no point do you see a scouting party that comes out looking for you. Eventually, time goes by, and the evening starts to roll into dawn. Now, on this next day, you guys have a little bit of new information. And, since you guys would have done a rest and a shift order and all that, I want a injury roll from you, please, Cold Coat.
No. Trust the big one anymore.
Damn it!
But if you rolled the big one, look, it's gonna be a 20. It's gonna be a 20. There it is. There it is. Whoa, you would have had it.
It's unfortunate. Why didn't you use the big roll?
Let's just travel for what? How many rolls was that? Like 2 weeks?
Just go pacing outside. Let's think about this. So, how about this? It's the next day, you guys have gotten some info, and the crack of dawn heralds new possibilities as the sun begins to come out. We will end the session here, given that there's only about 10 minutes left, and when we come back from the break, you guys will perhaps have a good plan for how to deal with this thing. Okay?
Is Dash still here?
Dash is still there with you.
Okay.
You have not time skipped. It seems he is still around. Alright, so we will end the session there. And I must congratulate your players on 0 deaths. Well done.
Hey.
Dude, second session in a row where no one's gotten to 0, so...
I put you against Wanty and you lived. Although it looks like this next one's going to be a little bit more intense. So yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a wee bit.
Yeah, we versed 3 before where 1 just fucked off. And now we're versing 12. What was the total number, would you say, of Yanti that we saw?
It still looks like about a dozen, but you guys don't know what's going on in the temple. Who knows? Maybe they have 100 packed in there. It's like those videos where, like, the back of a car opens up and, like, 30 Mexicans crawl out somehow from, like, another dimension.
Despicable Clown Temple. Truly the depths of your madness don't abound.
Yeah.
So, with that 100 gold that we got, did someone put that straight into Catman?
I did, and I took the 50 out from the heavy crossbow.
Okay. So, we're going to kill this session there. Well done, players. I think you played well, and we'll hopefully have a good foundation for this next one coming up. Your scout is still alive. You had a talk with some weird entity. Things are getting more intense, and the battles with the Wanty are following the same trajectory. As for the audience, thanks for coming by, and patrons, couldn't do it without you. We will see you tomorrow for some more stuff, and Thursday, and then a break after that. The coming week is a week off. Adios.
Peace. See you.
See you, stream.
Did I notice at any point if that necklace did anything other than make me feel happy?
Not yet. You haven't figured
Right.
out if it does anything. It may just be a pretty necklace worth a bunch of money or something. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Alright, so idea. We sacrifice Lenry.
Fuck you.
No, we need to get one of those big creatures to fight the fortress.
See,
You're not
what's gonna
Monday,
happen
no
though is
sacrificing.
I'm gonna be the one that's gonna lure it, cause Ranger, and I'm gonna roll a 1 on something and get eaten.
Tell you what, if you put Lenry in the puzzle box, she will not be able to object to your plan of animal cruelty.
I don't know about that one.
Okay, if we get out of this, when we get back to the thing, I'm gonna look at the puzzle box if it's still there.
Nobody
We're
uses
gonna
the
just,
P
like-
word.
We're all gonna jump into the puzzle box right as Mackinac throws it, and he's gonna enter right as he throws it, and we're all just gonna be like at the doorstep of the Auntie Temple. And then we're gonna clear the puzzle box, and then we're gonna be inside the heart of the Auntie Temple, and we're gonna be like, "Sup, bitches!" Yeah.
Alternatively.
Alright, I'm gonna kill stream. Bye, stream.